who might not have any idea of where he's going to be. The first kill is free, and now Solkas knows where he is, but Crashies this time will be able to close the clutch. Just about clinging to life at 12-7, but there's still plenty more to face off against.
It might seem odd looking at the scoreboard. I think some of their setups are fantastic to get Finesse into positions where he can catch players off guard. I think Ye's been doing well in some of these duels, but honestly, Crashy seems almost like the focal point for me. He's been in so many of these clutch scenarios and delivered or come so close. And I think represents a large number of the rounds on the board for Optic.
Yeah, and to be honest, if they were closer in this game, it probably would have been from him winning like a 1v2 or something. Yes. Look at the pace.
7 agad.
Straight through.
Di na ako.
He's down actually. Yeah, we're going to get the run it back through. Never mind, he's actually changed his mind. He wants to go hunting for Ye instead, forcing him back. The overdrive gets nothing. It could be a cruel mistress at times, and Youngpi already dropping another. Wow. This is looking like the beginning of the end. Just 2 players remaining, Ye and Marv, both on the same side, and already Marv is gone. It's left down to El Diablo, who has managed to find 2. But a 5 HP clutch would be one for the ages. A 1v5 ace needed. He's going to get himself a 3rd already. Tagged up, but one for Ye! He actually has a chance in this. Just one more needed, he can't quite do it. An incredibly nice try from the man himself. But this time, nothing Optic did was enough.
That was an incredible performance from Team Liquid, start to finish. They've earned the respect of the crowd now for sure. We know the next map up is one that Optic can feel confident on. They can feel good, but the reality is, come out of a map like that, now the reverse sweep is needed, and hell, I don't even know that Team Liquid are that much of a back foot on bind.
In that case, I would disagree. Like, I just think that their bind is so ridiculously strong that this was the win condition for Liquid. They had to come in, strong on Breeze as well, and that's exactly what they've done. And the reason for that is because bind is heavily in favor of Optic. Now sure, maybe there's a world where they get into the form we just saw in that map and they steal it away. But I think that against this Optic team, that's still going to be very, very difficult. Ascent, on the other hand, though, I think if we get there, will be incredibly exciting.
I think so. Chances are we end up there, as we've heard, find a strong map for Optic.
Yeah.
After a 13-7 loss, I'm sure the mental reset should be easy to reach. The thing is, the win, I don't care about their mental, if I'm being honest. This form shown by Liquid, their stats. These guys are looking good, and map 2 is going to require everything that Optic have got in the tank. If they're going to take it across the line, bring us to Ascent, and then win it there. I heard from Scream in the interview beforehand, the pressure's off, but that's not true for Optic.
I don't believe him. Listen to Scream. Scream always wants to win. Scream always wants to win, but no, one hell of a start. An amazing first map. We're going to be throwing this one off to a break, and then back with the desk to see if they believe if Optic can turn this one around.
Yan, share nyo muna guys. Samahan nyo ako manood at magpuyat. Let's go. Ito maglalaro ko eh, kaso may laban eh.
Red Bull Campus Clutch is back. Assemble your team and lead it to the World Final. Register now for your national qualifier.
Nabutang ko, tapos na. Ano yun? Baka maka-copyright ako din ito. Copyright yan guys. Live. Init men, kahit naka-air ko no. Oh, wait lang. Ano yan guys eh. Nod muna tayo na wait. Kita nyo ba yung screen ko? Wait lang. Tignan mo muna ako nakikita nyo yung screen ko men. Kita nyo. Kita nyo? Pati yun sa YouTube. Wait. Makaka-copyright kasi tayo ilang minutes yan. 30 seconds lang naman. So kaya alis guys, samahan nyo men. Nod muna tayo na Walang tugtog, men. Ay, si Paige.
Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to a brand new vlog. We are at the mall and I saw another money challenge I couldn't pass up. I'm gonna be going up to random strangers and asking if they want to take $50 or give me a high
30
five.
seconds
But
pa
what they
naman.
don't know is if they give me a high five, they get $100. Let's do it. Hey, wait. Wait, here you go. There you go. Yeah, I got you. Have a good
Gago.
one.
Ska
You know,
log
it's at
ka
the
lang, may
perfect time on
100.
the intro, bro.
Magkano
Let's see
sa
if
pera
you'll
natin?
take the 50 or just wanna give me a
5,000.
high
Ayun na, ayun na, ayun na.
Doggy, we got a party now. I love it. This is good stuff right here. Team Liquid get the win on Breeze, and they look beautiful as Scream's Air doing it. And boy, oh boy, Optic Gaming, they have to figure out something, Seth, because this is that was not the way that they thought that would go.
Nolo, no? Team Liquid,
well,
men.
maybe it kind of was. I
Optic
don't know.
ako dyan
I don't know.
Like I said, the Breeze has not been going their way so far at this event too much.
This is
so
fair.
I think this is not the most unexpected result. We ourselves said that this was a must-win map for TL for the most part, because if they drop this going into bind, just given Optic's
Grab samples,
proficiency there,
guys.
it would be very
Magpupuyat
concerning.
tayo
So
ngayon.
TL, they get over the first hurdle in
Kaya
pretty
kumain
damn
mo na kayo,
convincing
men.
fashion.
Yeah, no, I agree. And as we take a look at the MVP breakdown, Brent, you know, and see all the stats for everyone, I feel like everyone at Team Liquid had contributed quite a bit in this game. And I gotta say though, hats off to Ye at the end there, because yeah, 10 HP in a dream, I believed he was gonna do it, but really, I mean, Soulcast, when's the last time you get to see him up here shining like a star when Yappy and Scream are playing the way that they were?
Yeah, Liquid, I think, were playing a really good overall game. The rest of the whole team was trading each other out really well. On the defense side, they were playing amazing defensive protocols. But this was the big round as well. You can see just as we're watching this, there were lots of moments where it started to slip away from them. In particular, this one. This was the bonus round that ended up being one for them. But then it also came about where the same kind of strengths that we've been seeing from Team Liquid, one of the better teams at winning the Thrifties over the course of champs so far. That was the thing that did get them over the head.
Yeah, that's right. And I think, you know, Seth, when you think about, you know, like how Team Liquid were able to put those rounds together, and the way that the line kind of went, and this really was a battle of that first half. If you see the timeline there, the first half, Liquid's domination was just a big lead that Optic had to fight out of.
Yeah, I mean, we continue to see this map trend right now here at
Up after, because I knew that we would lose map 1, because here in NA, we care about the viewers, we care about the content. We want this to go the distance. We know that EU is gonna like
you know, maybe like a semi-final, try to catch our opponents off guard, because against some stronger teams on Breeze, they are going to have struggles running this.
But I think they are going to be running into some obstacles as well as we head deeper into the series on Bind.
Oh, for sure.
So we've been kind of talking about, you know, Optic are a really good team at Bind in particular, but Liquid have also been chopping and changing their compositions, and you start to see Scream play that Raze, which he's been playing a lot more of recently. And the numbers he puts up, this guy, he has been a demon on this role. I mean, in terms of just, you know, first blood percentages, not high, and it's usually because he plays the role of the sacrificial lamb. He's like going in, he's creating space for the rest of the team to really capitalize off of, but his Raze has been really good. And I really kind of just want to piggyback this point of talking about their Bind in general, because it's a map that Team Liquid historically have been absolutely dog at. They have not been good at Bind in the past. They've been really atrocious at it. So it's all kind of like setting it up for the Optic comeback. You know, they should win Bind and take it to that map 3. But Emil, with the addition of him, I've noticed a lot of good work has been put in by Liquid in that map. They have a lot of cool set plays on their attack side to try and punish a lot of aggression outside showers, things like that. I'd love to pull examples for you, but I didn't think I was an idiot. But I tell you, they have been putting work into that map, so there is a possibility of Liquid carrying it forwards on this into 0 fashion, which would be crazy.
I mean, they might be able to do it.
Nyo na
Like
yan,
you said, the
follow
first
na
blood
sa
percentage
akin.
might not be that high for
Di tayo maglalaro
Raze,
ngayon.
but with the way that TL are playing right now,
Ganda laban.
they're trading off of one another.
Naglagan.
They don't need him
Tingin
to
ko
find
nga
that entry.
yung-
He just needs to go in, identify where everybody is at, and then the rest of the team comes, floods the sites, bing, bang, boom, everybody's dead.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
I
may
mean,
mga
that is
tayo,
true,
Luigi.
especially if this guy keeps playing like this, because it's time for our Verizon high-speed moment
Uy,
of the match.
100.
And for this one, we got to recognize my
Exit
boy
yung
Soulcast
fanatic.
here, who popped off in this one. This was
Next.
just absurd. This was like his brain, Seth, had expanded, and he knew where everyone was. He was a 4D map in real time.
I mean, in the interview, he said, we think that they're predictable. We think we have the read on them. And he just goes for the most obvious
Why na nilalamig
post-plant
na ako?
positions that Optic could possibly be in. And he just keeps hitting shots over and over again. It was just wonderfully played, because a lot of people, you might get into that situation and you're just like constantly shifting back and forth. Where are they? Where are they? And he's just like, let me check here. Let me check B.
He looks
and then
icy.
that. Yeah, it's just stone cold.
Yeah, he looks soulless, dare I say.
I'm not giving you credit credit for that.
So anyway,
Moving
before
on.
we move on to map 2, though, let's head on over to the shoulder of one of our players for an aim lab shoot around. You know how we do. And you're going to be watching Victor from Optic Gaming here. Victor had a rough game, to say the least. He, as you said, Scream is a sacrificial lamb for Raze on Bind. Unfortunately, Victor was the sacrificial lamb for Optic Gaming on Breeze. The sacrificial line. Someone make a Photoshop. But anyway, it's very clear. Hey, green, it all works out. But Seth, you know, it goes without saying, Victor is definitely going to be one of the players we're checking out and keeping an eye on in this one.
I mean, it's pretty much everybody, but yeah, you need to have Victor have a good game. He has just was absolutely struggling there on Breeze. Like, just the support, it wasn't as fleshed out. The set plays coming through to try to really combo and set up for that Neon. The timings were off. You'd see the barriers go down. 6 seconds has gone by. Now they try to rush out into shop, but it's like, well, Scream is just already there. He's already pushed up in the shop, so he just headshots you as you come sliding around the corner. It's just it was made way too easy for him.
Just a gap in practice with the comp, I think, as well, in terms of what they were doing. But, you know, as we've been mentioning, we've kind of been teasing it. Bind is going to be the next map. For Optic, it's one that they are really good at. It's one of their best maps in their pool for them. And for Liquid, historically, as I've already mentioned, it's something that they haven't been too great at. In fact, they won recently, Liquid, against Edward Gaming, but they were playing, you know, they were stuck in 2006 running a double duelist comp. So it was kind of handed to them on a platter. But this is going to be an interesting test for Team Liquid because it's pretty clear from me watching, they have been putting a lot of preparation into this map in general, but is it going to be enough to take a win against
Ano decider map nila? Hindi ko nakita.
Well, I think it goes without saying. I'm going to read you some score lines here. 13-5, 13-6, 13-9, 13-11, 13-6. That's all of Optic's previous results against Boom, FPX, PaperX, DRX, and XSET in that order. These are phenomenal squads, and that's not to take anything away, Seth, from Team Liquid here. I think are more than game plan and prepared, but when, you know, I think we reference this as kind of like a home ground map for Fnatic. This is definitely a home ground map as well for Optic Gaming.
Oh, for sure. And that Boom one that you mentioned, it was coming off the back of a loss on Breeze. Granted, that one went to overtime. It was a hell of a lot closer. Templeton went absolutely nuclear in that series, dropping over 30 kills. But they made it close on there, but then they were able to come back into Bind, get onto a comfortable map pick, and absolutely start dismantling Boom Esports with that 13-5 victory. We know that Optic are not a team that's going to get shaken up after dropping a single map.
Sino si mga clue, pre?
I don't know what that
means. He's got the document out, man.
Got the doc.
I like this. Keep it on.
Okay, I was about to say, like, keep it on him. I want to know, but yeah, man. I mean, look,
that derailed everything I was saying.
But I think that honestly plays into the point that I was making about Emil is putting in a ton of prep work for this team on a lot of maps that historically Liquid have been absolutely awful. And I think in the showcase, we're going to see if they change anything up here with a Prime Gaming agent select.
There it is. Thank you so much for catching that.
No problem.
What am I up here for? I'm providing.
Sino gusto maglaro dyan, guys?
Let's see what we get here competition-wise for both of these teams. It's obviously you're not really expecting all that much. Actually, we got no deviation whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, we have a couple, minor differences here. I'm sorry.
No, not you, them.
Chamber.
I was like, oh, we can see a deviation. No deviation.
I mean, they're going to be playing the same comps that they have before. Optic is super well drilled with this. Liquid have been putting in that time with their own comp as well. But you're going to start to see,
dalawang controller.
Optic kind of flex their muscles a little bit on the maps that they
are really good at.
Moments where they just look like
lamang sila sa
I think that they're coming off the back as well. Grabbing a couple of rounds on Breeze when it was just looking hopeless for them. It's going to be doing,
tsaka may sila, one type lang.
As well. I know they're a championship caliber team, and they're going to be
pero favorite ko din yan. Breeze Blindman.
Made it a little bit closer.
Breeze,
but I think
tayo
they're feeling pretty good heading into this next map with their chances and odds of bringing it to that.
Di naman Raze main, pero Raze tayo sa Bind.
Man, but in the back of my mind,
super hairful niyan. Kung gusto mo mag-rank up, kung duelist ka, yung role mo. Kabila, Siege. 2 controller. Ang sentinel nila si Siege. Parehas lang, Siege lang na iba.
Yeah. The role has changed a few times. It was like we were gassing up Laz and Yay and
So may game 3.
boy
Samahan
looks
niyo ako
like
mag-game
he's
3
playing
guys.
tough
Huwag niyo ako iwan
I mean,
please.
yeah, he was utterly incredible in that first map.
Kuha na yun ng
while
pagkain
I
nyo.
think, yes, obviously
Parang di kayo
TML,
magutom,
they
men.
slowed down a little bit. They struggled a bit when they swapped over to the attacking side. I don't
Oo,
think
hindi
there was
pa ako
overheating
makain.
due to the audience whatsoever. That was just a product of their composition. They are riding this wave of momentum. They are riding the hype
Let's
of the crowd.
go.
Yeah, there are some definite holes though in the Team Liquid composition. They're not running a chain.
Laki ng mukha ko
straight
yun,
back to watch those flanks and extremities.
Oh,
There are
baka
holes
mahumay
that
kayo.
can be exploited there by Optic if they've done the necessary prep work ahead of time. Which, listen, you know they have. Chet's there. He's leading back. The guy's looking cool, calm, and collected.
Share nyo
Alright,
yan
well,
guys
this is
please.
it, folks.
Thanks sa mga
Game
mag-share yan
2.
mga
Let's see what
heart.
Mind brings us. And let's send it over to our casters, NA super fans, they told me, Mitch and Tom.
Let's go.
Hey guys, what's up? I wanted to just ditch after that one because you know what? I can back out of any statement if I want to. I'm always willing to throw my hands up and say that I'm wrong.
Like
So if
GP
Optic
on the
come
net.
around, that'd be
Yeah.
great. But GB,
May
I've
coach
never seen a
party
man
tayo
after
dito
one
guys,
map
live.
abandon an entire region. We had a beautiful WWE style
Ay
hype
po,
up
Kuya
for
Pogi
NA,
pa
and
shoutout.
now, I don't know guys.
Uy,
I don't know,
shout
I
sa
feel
ni
Team Liquid
Kuya
might take it
Manasan.
across the line.
Yeah, you know, and it's funny because I've actually switched almost in the other direction. I think they're going into bind. This
Ito
will
ako
be
na
the
maya
statement
maya
map
guys.
for Liquid. If Liquid win this map,
Oh, yeah.
I think they're a contender in the entire tournament. That's when they've proved it to me that they are truly unstoppable and that even in maps where they shouldn't win, even where they're massive underdogs, they can pull it through.
Let me ask you a
Let's
question,
go.
Tom. Who's the best bind team in the world
Kaya
right
ganyan
now?
kalaki.
In my opinion, Optic.
Exactly.
Ooh,
This
yung
map
crowd
looks
pre.
like it could be where
Chill,
Optic
chill.
take it
Unit
across
chill
the
dito.
line. They've got the map on their side, the crowd against them, and the score line for now sitting 1-0 for Team
Attack our
Liquid.
Team
They
Liquid.
need to win bind or ascent. They've got a buffer. As we come into this, Optic on the attack to start. Keep an eye on Ye in this map. I think he's going to be looking to take some vengeance on Team Liquid and on Yumpy in
Mag-edit
particular, who
ng
won't have the
ah,
headhunter because
ayaw
they
nga pala
swapped
linggo
around
bukas
and played
sa
the safe. We
Sunday.
saw this in the previous time they played it here in this tournament, and they looked
Active na
fantastic.
siya ulit.
That was against EDG though.
Yeah, this is a map as well where I think Marv is going to be a lot more comfortable. I
Okay,
know I don't
3B,
think the
man.
breach really hit in the same way
3B.
when you see him on those controllers. Still though, slow start, some deep control taken. Gonna have to use the Sky utility
Oops,
early, the
may
tag
Sky.
to try and clear some of this control. For now at least, they're still sticking around, but they have taken a tag.
They have, but they spotted the information for it. Still, as the smokes come down, I think it's
patay si
apparent
Screw.
where the push is coming through. Scream, the first man to fall. Information on the site. I don't know that they saw Solkas, but they'll deal with him anyways. And a great headshot from Victor. That damage should make it so easy. And indeed, the wall banks take Demasik down. Team Liquid locked out of the site. And a fantastic start to this map. for Optic.
2v4.
Rare and Yumpy getting back in here is not going to be easy whatsoever. No utility to play with, just relying on individual skill. They don't even have any upgraded pistols. The only thing they have online is a heal.
Nagbabos ka
They're
kasalanan.
going to get to use. And you can just see the
Bakit
armor
madami na
position
mga kasalanan ko yan?
incredibly
Ooh,
strong from
1-0.
Optic.
Pistol round
Pistol
for
round on the board
Optic
for them again,
Gaming.
as they will be kicking things off strong on Bind.
A very well-rounded performance. I believe that was a team ace. You see the number one beside everyone on Optic. A fantastic way to kick this one off. And of
Game
course, as you
3,
see the stats
game
below, they are 5-0
Tanungan
on
natin,
Bind across
couple type,
M2
couple.
and Champions. This team looks untouchable on the map, and Team Liquid are keeping with their same trajectory, being terrible in pistols.
That's the thing as well. You're talking about teams
Kanino ka
like
lang?
Big Set,
Vote kayo,
DRX,
guys. Kanino ka
Apex,
lang?
FPX. Two of those were the last finalists.
Wait lang.
The other two are also in this playoff stage. And the
Kanino?
last one in this
Optic
tournament was Boo.
Gaming.
Now,
Wait lang
that's
guys,
just an
Optic
absurd record to have.
Gaming.
I would love to see them face off
Team
against Fnatic
Liquid.
on this map at some point to maybe have the final showdown, but
It's a missed lineup.
Saan na yun?
Right off the bat, Finesse goes up on top, onto the lamp. We're able to keep the control up close, but ultimately no real impact. They
Hindi
weren't
na-publish. Na-publish ba yung ano, Paul?
added any sort of result
Pinapublish ko yung Paul eh.
Two players
Kanino ka
spotted.
lang, men.
towards Lamps. It looks like Finesse wants to take the space up against pistols. Two in
Tulo.
Lamps, and they push in. That's a brave play.
I think he expected them
Ulit.
to just stay back after the
Kanino?
utility went through and instead
Kanino
just
ka
regress
lang?
back into position. Now this needs to be some miracle shots coming out from Yumpy!
Optic Gaming.
Marv had to be very quick on the trigger. He could have lost two teammates in a split
Team
second.
Liquid.
Instead, the rotation coming through, and actually Demasik can go down to the Molotov.
They
Back to
placed a little
publish.
trap
Team.
for him there. He goes to run
To.
through the smoke and
Activate.
said he's
Yan
met
guys,
with the
vote na kayo, men.
flames. And You say where there's smoke, there's fire, but not always.
Pino ka lang, guys.
Dimasic hasn't heard that one before.
Yeah, no, he might be coining that phrase from here on out.
He does love
Optic
running
optic.
through smokes. That's something that we've seen quite a bit.
Para alam
in
ko,
previous maps. I'm
full
very happy
careful.
we don't have Haven today because he gave me nightmares watching that map prior, but in this
Bot
one
care,
at least,
guys.
relatively clean. Vera has managed to at least get himself an SMG, but Marv, I'm going to be honest, he already looks
Diba?
much stronger on this
Optic
map.
man. Dati kasi na-alvi yan. Yung team nila. So binili ng Optic yung player. Gusto nila yung tumalo dun sa Sentinel. Pero sa game na to ha, Optic ako. Sa game lang na to. Pero Sentinel tayo syempre, superstar.
Slightly different word.
Yeah.
B and N's and D.
But here we go. Team Liquid full buy up. They get the rifles into play. Light shields, though, a few disadvantages here and a few pieces of missing utility. I mean, you already see a boom bot, snake bites. Like, this definitely isn't a comfortable buy all round. They wanted to have more impact even in the previous round. And Optic, well, they've set themselves up fantastically coming into this bonus. The opportunity right away to see space, grab an orb.
Optic.
Well, that's a fantastic early round. Hey, you're on this round, you'll take every little advantage you can get.
Marv not far away from that.
Half buy pala.
Well, so it's definitely the right place to be putting them. They've still held on to control elsewhere. Again, these deep smokes being thrown down by Dimasic. Playing quite an aggressive position via Brimmy.
Nag-pull na boy guys, boto kayo sa pull natin ha.
Yoki is going to be able to wall off in towards Hooker if they need it. Another stack of players elsewhere on the map. You can even see still looking for information outside of A. And actually the wall, yeah, placed down now just to try and delay if they were to push in that direction.
Scroll wheel finger had to be getting sore after that, but he's finally finished jump peeking. Now they take the space after the smoke is faded. Another comes down to stop them on their way through to the site. This does drag rotations from Team Liquid. You can see that Scream has made his way from the A site, but he doesn't last long.
Pwede sila mag-TP pero naghihintay yung Sky doon pa.
He's actually towards this part of the map.
Bang.
Well, maybe thought they'd run back from it. Instead, they've gone speeding forward, spotted a player in the corner, taking Dimasic down, and Yuppie doesn't last much longer. Scream needs to go nuclear on the site, and only two. It's not enough. Upgraded weapons, a blast.
Pre-gun, man.
What was
Pre-gun.
I think Navira just thought he had some sort of timing
1v3,
hearing the
1v3.
footsteps and wanted to get ahead of it. Instead, now the majority of players healed back up, and Sokas,
1v3.
star of the last map,
Dead.
is between a crossfire
Dead.
that he should never be getting out of. And in fact,
Oh,
Mars is just going
nanalo
to
pa sila.
ego peek him completely. Takes his head off, 3-0 to Optic, bonus round 1, and anybody who
Yan, pa-share
doubted
ng
this
live,
team
guys. Yan sa
coming
mga
into map
mag-share.
number 2,
Mahal niyo ako, pre.
silent.
Team Liquid immediately
Mahal
calling a
ko din
timeout.
kayo,
That was
man.
a statement
Yan.
round from Optic.
You're the
Fantastic
lab,
start. As
guys.
we said, they went in the bathroom, they took space, they grabbed an orb, they run it back.
Diba? Sabi sa inyo, guys.
Slowly chip away at the map
Wala
control
sa
as
aim
they
lab yan.
long.
Yung Victor
When the
mabagal
blitz
mag
comes
aim lab,
through,
hindi yun
those
sa
duels
mabagal.
are phenomenally successful. Third round.
It's all
Now Team
about
Liquid have to go back to the drawing board. I mean,
teamwork,
again, coming in
man.
with Nico
Kapag
right
sa
off the
pro
bat.
scene.
Optic are closer to having more of their ultimates online. They've got
Hindi
rifles,
sa aim.
they've got credits to fall back
Para sa
on.
akin, hindi sa aim.
Definitely not the
Kala mo talaga, pro
foot
yun.
in the door they want.
And that's the thing, I think we noted a lot of rounds in the previous map where Liquid were able to get away with a lot of
Pero,
aggression
syempre,
on the defensive
ganun
side,
napapansin
catch
ko sa
players off
kanila.
guard, and basically just dismantle any plan that
Teamwork.
Optic had. You can see in this map, they're looking a lot more comfortable.
Utilities,
They can
ganun.
slow the pace down,
Grabe
very
yung mga
happy to be
combination
patient for
ng
that utility
utilities
to run
nila.
out. And any of these cheeky plays
Lalo
that are
ako,
being
nanonood
attempted,
ako
these
ng
individual plays out from Liquid
DRX
is just making
versus
miserable.
Fan
And we're
Pass
only going into the first
FPX.
few rounds, of course, there's a lot
Grabe,
of time
man.
to still adapt and try
Yung
and do
game mode
something
nila
differently. The
nakakabali.
fact is though, Optic are just a different
Wala
beast.
nagpapatalo.
And again,
Ang score
Marv,
19-17.
individually has started off
Kung
much
napanood
stronger.
niyan, guys, comment
again,
kayo.
I'm a little bit worried already for Liquid, and I think they are too. They know how difficult this map is going to be. Early pause makes sense.
And we set it up right at the start of the day.
3-0,
Win
man.
condition for Liquid was breeze when it came to buying.
Okay, eco round. Ang Team Liquid.
A little bit too convincing for Optic. The wind in their sails on the previous map. We thought maybe there'd be hope for Liquid, but they certainly haven't started this one out.
No,
strong.
Maui, strider ko
The
na.
thing is though, this map was still very good,
RK,
for Liquid,
no?
especially with them taking home Breeze. Like Ascent is probably their best map. Maybe Icebox, it's arguable, but
Grabe
to
yung
end there, they'll
ginawa,
be
no?
very happy with it. It's more so just the same that we said about Optic in the last map. If Liquid just get boomed here, yeah, they do have some players that work very poorly if the mental goes bad.
You heard it in the interview that Team Liquid said there's no team that has that kind of team atmosphere that they do. But it can still be hard to pick yourself back up when things do start to fall apart. Somewhere Team Liquid, I think, have had minimal testing in the past. It's opening strong, of course, just with a pistol, as are most of his teammates. This is a risky push from Finesse. He's been going for these fights a lot. Successfully this time.
Yeah, he's going to drop both players on the lurk. Timing sublime and already going to clear out this A side without much trouble at all.
Evan.
Scream, but he is being watched for. Finesse is more than aware of every position they could possibly be coming from, and Spike going to go down without any trouble whatsoever. Optic looking clean.
There's nothing really for Team Liquid to fight with getting back into this. They've got a blast pack, but 3 HP on screen. And Dimasic, chance to do some damage maybe on that Spectre. I don't know where we'll end on this one. I mean, it seems that Team Liquid will want to lose their lives. Almost without a doubt. Scream, though, is on the other side of the map. He is rotating all the way around. I mean, they'll assume that he's towards the spawn, maybe intending to die to the spike instead. He's going to try to wrap all the way up on them. And this could be huge, but they have got players watching. There's just too many Optic players alive right now.
I genuinely...
No time.
Genuinely don't know what the plan is here. What he's hoping from this position. He's going to have to run all the way around and try and die to the spike, and I don't think he's going to do it in time. So yeah, he's kind of just trounced his own economy and found absolutely nothing for it. Bit of a weird one, and because of that, he's going to have to play the Guardian in the next round.
Boto na guys kung Optic or Liquid, NA versus MA.
You know, there's some sort of plan there that I'm not seeing, but the writing wasn't on the walls this time. I'm really not sure.
The thing is, unless he was trying to get like 2 kills and like die and then get enough for his ult, but that is just odd.
He went the long way around
yeah,
the spawn and everything, which again, you know, not a bad idea.
Watch party.
A very strange start, and now, wow,
oh,
right off the bat, Yumpy has lost his life. Optic giving absolutely no room to Team Liquid, no space granted. Finesse again up here on mid, he's been spotted, and this time he'll pay with his life, but look at the trade from Marv. They haven't cleared the box, and now they do. A blast pack play from Victor, and the site seems to be theirs. Scream trying to sneak his way around. Might not expect him to be here this quickly.
He's got a time here, and nobody missing on the side of Optic. These rounds are looking devastating. Nothing Liquid is attempting in these early stages is working out. After plant already guaranteed, and now deep
winnable. Winnable yan, pre.
Yeah, look what he's up against.
Grabe yung mga
Victor's got
nila.
his ult online, but an nade to play with as well. There's just so much time drain in play for Optic. Short of them just swinging out and giving duels, which you can see they are not looking to do.
Grabe, no? Tatlo sila magpipick, man. Deads.
You can just see the confidence. Victor decimating. Again,
5-0,
we're talking about players who in the last map were struggling to get anything done. Now it almost seems like any one of them can just individually win a round.
Kaya kami natalo. Ako pala hinihintay nila.
Bullied by Ye, and then just this pincer play. Like, you send out this initial push from Finesse, but his teammates are so ready to just try and swing onto things, and just look at the difference. 30 minutes ago, these players were hyping each other up, screaming along with the crowd. Now, rather than the Turkish casters, you could hear a pin drop.
Absolutely. Now on the Optic side, the wind is definitely in their sails now. They've got everything going their way. 5-0 start. Bolty's coming online. Victor on a tear. Oh, we've got a crazy attempt here. A push coming through the teleporters and pinch from the bathroom as well. Using the weaker weapons, their numbers, but Marv was waiting. Orbital strike in hand. He's got a kill. They've cleaned up some, but Solkas, that could be the chance they needed. Team Liquid 5-0 down. They come in with pistols. I wasn't even going to consider this round, but they caught Optic off guard.
Winnable. Kaliwa mo, Yai.
I think he spotted him all the way down the bottom.
Kaliwa mo, Yai.
This fight could be everything. And I think Navira realizing this is not one that he's willing to take. Versus El Diablo, you got to be very careful to not let this round slip away. The swing from Scream at least going to damage him up, and eventually they will close out the thrifty round. Something at least for Liquid, but it is not necessarily recreatable. A very aggressive attempt with the pistols, almost getting caught off by the orbital strike, but they do manage to convert the round.
Look, that's a niche round, though. That's the problem. You know, for Optic, they got caught off guard by that. You'll struggle to repeat it. Whether it's that play or another, it's rare to see this team on the back foot. They've got plenty of credits to dig deep, get their buy, and now look to play.
I feel like Emil has two
Easy,
jobs.
bro.
He's
Chill,
the
chill.
coach of Team Liquid, pretty important job.
Yeah,
And then the crowd hype man is what his secondary employment. And honestly, if he keeps up like this, he might actually have to switch and have that as his primary job.
Could be his new main gig. Who knows? We'll see what we can do. He wants to play across the stage from his brother first.
My goodness, these openings from Ye. It's happened in most rounds, whether or not Liquid push, he's just so solid at finding these initial frags. All gonna go down. No reservation available for Yumpy, so it's not even like you rotate back in. And Finesse is looking to almost battle a brawl at this stage. He's been forced back.
He was gonna take a couple low-risk battles there. Just a few bullets and then fading away. Look at the pressure. It's on its way into that Viper's pit. It's looking for a victim and it didn't find it. It looked like he was dead to rights, but barely any damage done, and Scream shuts Victor down. Now we're in a bit of trouble. The sprays, the snake bites, doing damage, but not taking Crashies out. The decay now starts to fade away, and his health recovers. Optic, they've walked into a pretty tough position, but they've come out now with the advantage time on their side. And a Viper's Pit is now countered completely.
Oh yeah, in fact, it's just going to be dropped. It would have almost played as a favorable piece of utility for the other side if he'd kept it up. This rotation is being watched as well. The timing is going to be the only issue. Ye has looked away, and now you start to see the pounce of Yumpy. Scream has found another as well. Finesse has been able to trade him, and now it's all up to him, and the Vera will close. Back-to-back rounds for Liquid. Starting to finally see them turn up into this match. But Mitch, they have not even made a dent in the economy of Optic.
Yeah, that's the hard thing. You know, 2 very good rounds from Liquid, but such a long road to go, and it might not be as stacked against them as Optic had on the previous map, but it's still another round where you have these incredible advantages garnered coming back into those fights, despite the fact that, again, the more powerful pieces of utility were countered out completely. Nevera's Viper's Pit, they just bypassed it. They went a completely different direction, and despite the ore buff, the snake bite down, the sprays, they barely did any damage to Crashies, about half health, which the position he was in, he should have been dead immediately. The timeout now called. This is Optic who need a moment of discussion before we dive back into the game.
I think they know as well as we do that if they let Liquid build up to the same sort of level of confidence they had on the previous map with just players like Scream, Soulcast in particular, just hitting every single shot that was put in front of them, this game could go back out of their control. Whereas thus far, it's been fairly calm and collected. A pistol victory coming through for Liquid. It's not even a rarity for this EMEA team. They do this all the time. It's more so that they managed to convert the next round. And now coming up with the ult economy, Ye already having that tour de force available. Finesse could even try and come up with a strat that revolves around that Viper's Pit. There's a lot of opportunities to play with. They've just got to make sure they're being careful not to give too much away, not only to the res, but more importantly, that orbital strike.
That's exactly it. The impact was found by Optic's orbital strike. Recall Marv getting that kill with it, and of course he'd already shot one of the players inside the teleport just before. That man has been having a fantastic game. I think he's 6-0 at one point, tapered off in the rounds they've lost, but now rifles back in their hands. As we were saying, a comfortable round for Optic, 5-2. They've been spotted outside a bathroom. Utility will be traded out to just claim that control back, which altogether, decent trade for Team Liquid. They'll be happy to remove that.
The thing is, though, it does get Seekers online. So that's going to be the ult to just try and clear out some of these corners, reduce the risk of walking into a stack, and it's getting ready to be popped again. One of these executions out in the shower doors has been so tough for them to play against, but the nade actually drops Victor. A decent start.
Stuck in the fight, couldn't get back. The rest of the team, though, now emerging from bathrooms as Ye sneaks his way in. Got some good control. They might even be able to blend safely from here. They want a little more, and it's Ye following the volley. Run in, that's perfect!
Nice one.
A great bait to push them out of position. The crowd control now coming back as Ye is forced into his teammates' Molotov. It giveth and it taketh away, but in the end, Optic, they're in a 3v3 with a Viper's Pit post plant and Marved undetected on middle.
That's the thing. This fight with Marv is going to be the ending factor, and he's already managed to take down Demasic. A nasty surprise of him still lurking around this corner, and they need to clear him out before they can get anywhere near that Viper Spear. He just did a fair amount of damage onto the Vera, and now the aggression from Crashies, but Soulcast is more than ready for it, turning things into an advantageous position for Liquid.
That was so unfortunate. The sprays for Soulcast delivering nothing.
Just defusing
down, and the
he's just
diffuser's
defusing.
away. Finesse! He thought they'd fake it. They tried to bait him through the doors, but no! Soulcast, he looked dead to rights at a point, and he comes out with almost every scalp under his belt. 3 rounds now for Liquid, and they have come alive.
The orbital strike was nice, but just the audacity to just stick this within. And I think it's just the fact that the spray comes through from Soulcast from the exact position that the spike was being diffused from. So the assumption there, and not a wrong one from Finesse, is that, okay, he must have let go and shot back. Unfortunately, it was slightly to the left of him where that diffuse comes through. 5-0, but 3 in a row now for Liquid. Starting to really build back into this first half.
I hope the boys have a meal turned down on whatever communication app they're using, or their eardrums might have just been burst.
They might have that problem anyway, I'll be honest. He's not that far away.
Yeah, he's still a little too close. Oh, Scream with a double! The first is something, but Marv going down, smokes removed, and Optic on the back foot again. This is the start of the round, and well, it feels close to the end as well.
But that's the thing, a lot of success was coming for Optic in those early rounds. Think about the amount of times that Ye was getting them the opening draw every time somebody aggressed. Now, well, it's starting to feel a little bit more like the first map, with those opening fights always going in the other direction. Ye, though, has been surprised, but this is just Scream's round. He has taken over completely, 3 kills already. You know what? I'd run away from him too.
Tara na manood. No information on the back of it, at least the space for Finesse to push up, but this is accounted for on the defensive side. He needs some great timing, and he's got it. Oh, and he's caught with a snake bite in hand. His life spared for now. The plant to try to bait them forward, but nobody will make a move. Screams on the flank. The rest of the team wants to hold the spawn. And Finesse trying to push through and catch them off. He's caught himself. With the plant down, Crashies needs another phenomenal clutch. The odds definitely stacked up against him. The tension building for him, his teammates nowhere to be found, and enemies absolutely everywhere. A 4th for Team Liquid. And Optic, they started this out so well, Tom. They controlled it from start to finish, and now I wouldn't be surprised if they even take a timeout pretty soon to gather themselves.
Well, that's the thing, they already did. The second they lost 2 rounds.
Second, did they?
No, the first one, but it was only 5-2, and they made the realization, okay, Liquid managed to win a round with pistols. In my mind, I was like, okay, they'll just reset and go straight back into things, but it seems like Liquid have just hit another gear. Scream now moving up to the top of the wall with his multi-frag. The round before with Soulcast having a multi-frag. It just seems like every single player on Liquid has just gone up another gear from the first few rounds. Tour de force in for Ye. Now this is where you really don't want to be taking too many aggressive peaks if you're on that Liquid side, although a lot of them are set up towards bathrooms and then the wall on this side. The flash up, it's actually she's going over. That's the spike! That's the smartest play I've ever seen. They had a second man to take contact, to take sprays on them. The wall up, and the cover allows them to take him down. The spike on the floor, isolating one player completely. Optic have been baited into a trap, and now what's the response? Well, they've smoked it out. They've taken the control back, or at least they slowly will. And elsewhere, Ye was trying to find some space. Optic are on the back foot, but at least the spike is now recovered. They still have no openings to get in here. They're going to be running in blind, if anything. And at this point, I think 45 seconds left, they commit to B, and here come the Seekers to confirm that. Yeah, just straight away, look at the rotation from Scream. He's looking to try and join up with the teammates, and Optic know that means they have to go. Molly still keeping them out. They can't get through long, but they can actually. It bounced off, but well, then the gun comes through on Demasic. Trades are good, but not good enough. As the reinforcements arrive to B, Team Liquid equalize 5-5. A map that Optic are hailed as one of, if not the best on Tom. And right now, they're looking clueless.
5-0.
I'd almost be tempted to take that
Then
second
all
pause.
5.
Like, just some of the rounds that have been happening, like, this is maybe one of the most cursed things I've ever seen. Like, I don't believe for a second that Yumpy's plan was to wait until he got flashed
Ganda ng
and
laban
then
pa.
pull it. Like, unless he
Buti na
is a
umabot
psycho,
pa.
which there's arguments for and against, I'll put it that way.
Yan,
But
sa
just
mga
the fact that
mag-share
it was
niyan.
crashes with the spike as well. Like,
Mga
that is
mag-share
just
ng
not
live
the
guys,
start you're looking for, and that
napakabait
shakes
naman.
up the entire round. You lose
Kaya yung pinakamabait sa
your
buong mundo.
flashes
Uy.
at the start. Yay over the last few
Wag
has been a little bit
bang.
quiet. Look at the
Sa payay.
confidence the team
Bang.
is facing with, and you know what?
Kulit
You
sumili.
deserve that.
Patay ka kay Yay.
Maybe.
Team
Maybe.
Yay.
Nemasic down, Smoker gone.
Let's
a presence on
go.
the A side as Optic look to push
Let's
forward,
go, Liquid.
forcing Solkas out with the nade. He might be about to be peeked from
Madami
sight,
pa
but look
nung
who
ano
else is sneaking around, pushing up on Lamps. Nefera doesn't want to swing wide, doesn't want to risk it on mid. They're just now spotting Finesse. Good look on the way out. The orb up, and he'll make it into the TP. There's no way that he hunts him down. The snake bite
Patay
through,
ko.
but he's caught by Victor in the meantime. Great baits
Kunin mo
from
baril,
Optic.
Victor.
They're finally finding their stride here. Team Liquid are left in a 2 versus 5. And of course, Tom, again, it's the weaker buy that gives them this advantage. The chaos that spawns from it. They had a flash. A flash went over on B, right?
Yeah.
Optic then think, okay, they're B, let's go A. The rotations have come through.
Grabe, alam nila.
Screens managed to drop one. The peek out from Solkas finds another. They've also managed to deny the plant with the nade, and he also has his showstopper online. The spike has started running in the other direction. They will make their way onto the other side of the map, and again, Victor just being able to hold from behind. It put Scream alone, trying to fight this one back. The timing's not bad through the snake bite. He's just frying within it, but he has turned it into a 1v2, Mitch.
There's no way he uses a showstopper here, not with 56 HP, but he didn't find a kill, then it goes through, and it was close. The bullets whizzed by Finesse's heads, but he delivers them in return. 6 found for Optic. They finally found another round, but I didn't think that a 2-round lead would be the best they could walk away with. I didn't even know Team Liquid would reach 2 rounds in this half.
Well, that's probably the one round that Liquid really shouldn't have lost.
Yeah.
So you look at some of those early battles, Deep Six, a little bit silly. Then you had the attempt to put a snake fight through the TP, and they get caught by a player lurking behind. That was the kill there from Victor. So we are seeing a few of those elements from Liquid, but maybe they just get that little bit overconfident. And that was a couple of weak weapons. That was a Stinger, that was a Headhunter. So they have given Optic their SIG. Yumpy, though, we haven't seen much of this operator, and this time, yeah, you know what, though? I think we should put the ball down a little earlier. There we go.
Yeah, it's a good idea. But it has been broken wide open. Still, that opening duel, all they needed. Victor, the space taker for the team, the Neon on the previous map, and now your Raze blast packing in to take the crosshairs off the angles. Well, now he's being dealt with immediately. Scream still has a showstopper in his back pocket. They're close to having a res on Yuppie, just one more op shot needed, and I think Optic are going to be all too aware of that.
Stuff. Passive hold coming through from Liquid on the edge of the lamps as well.
I think Finesse is about to have the worst day ever. Op was spotted B long, and now it's rotated to A as he tries to come out and put his ult down, but luckily that shot didn't land. That could have ended Optic's chances in this half of going out with a lead, but now they're in a 4v5, but with Pit down and Plant, this could still be their round.
The thing is, with the afterplant potential of Marv, this is going to become devastating. Liquid need to move very fast. Look how far back he's playing, just making sure that he can't be caught. He can use that orbital strike whenever he needs it. We'll also have the Molotov to rotate him through. There's so much time that can be bought. On the other side, it crashes. Is going to drop the ult of Screen. This is looking less likely as the seconds go by, and every single duel going the way of El Diablo once again. Demasic, Navira, desperation on the cards as there is nothing to be found. One extra kill, but as said, they are ready for these afterplant positions, forcing him back into the corner. The time is already gone, and although there was a fantastic resurgence from Liquid, the half will go to Optic.
The lead as they close this out was looking inevitable when we started this map, but that comeback from Team Liquid, that streak of rounds, it's given them a chance, a lifeline over on their attack. Still, though, Optic seem to have found their identity again. There's been a couple of spanners in the works, but they didn't disappoint in these last 2 rounds.
Yeah, for sure. I think it was an exciting half, and well, although it slipped a little bit, let's see what the desk thought of that one.
Thank you so much, fellas. And yes, very exciting half. 5 rounds, 1 straight for Optic. 5 rounds, 1 straight for Liquid. These guys are boxing each other in the ring. You love to see it. But Bren, just starting off with you, man, there is a lot of interactions that are happening here, especially between Scream and Victor, or Yampi at the end there with Diop, like Ye getting a lot of value as well. Feels like everyone has been contributing big in this game.
I think you see these big heroic moments from Scream pretty often as well, but this is the thing that's carrying them over the finish line a lot of the time, especially in this half as well, because Liquid did not get off to a hot start at all. They lost the pistol round, they lost the bonus round as well, where they should have been favored, and it really did set off Optic on this incredible pace, and it looked like they were going to be able to just roll over Liquid entirely on the first half, but Liquid did manage to wrangle their way back into this one, and it came down to the gunplay. In these gun rounds, they had a huge advantage actually over the course of this entire series. It's something along the lines of about 75% of the time where Liquid have guns, they've got the full buy in their hands, they end up winning these rounds compared to Optic where they are losing a ton of them in the head-to-heads. So it's been a massive element for them moving forwards in this series as well, and so far what we've seen, and the reason why Liquid have actually managed to make this incredibly close.
I mean, Scream has just been incredible right now, swapping over to the Raze. He's been playing a hell of a lot of it as of late, as well as that Phoenix, but he's coming up big in these defensive holds for the side of Team Liquid. Victor, while it's an improved performance compared to what we were seeing on the Neon on Breeze, it wasn't nearly as explosive as we have come to know from him on this map.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. But when you look at the score line, like Marv right now kind of come back online. It was a player that we were putting the spotlight on earlier on. We wanted to see his contributions to the team really come to fruition here, Brandon, and it did. But yeah, you're really hoping that in this next half that it's going to be, you know, it's going to be this this Victor revival, if you will. But I don't know, man. Liquid look phenomenal, and they look confident, even with the 5 loss straight.
I think if Liquid end up winning this pistol round as well that's upcoming, that's going to be a big difference maker for them, because it's, again, it's the same story. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's the same story of them being unable to really claw out a lot of those pistol rounds to get them into the good lead. They've been great in a lot of the full by the gun rounds for them, but that has been the missing element. But this map looks entirely winnable for Liquid if they're able to take off that early head start by winning that pistol round out and carrying that forwards with the better weaponry.
Yeah, I mean, you saw that attack win percentage right there. That's absolutely through the roof. Granted, it's only from one series. It's versus EDG. It was very one-sided for Team Liquid to be able to take Bind, but on the attack, they can be fierce.
All right, let's send it back over to Mitch and Tom to call the action.
Well, Tom, we're about to see Optic mount the defense on their map, a map that we know to be one of the strongest. In fact, they are one of the strongest teams. Just look at that down the bottom, 67% defensive win rate on Bind. Across stage 2 and champions. Team Liquid, not too hot on the attack either. This is the half you fear if you're an EMEA fan, but the one that should put Optic right back onto the map in this series.
But that's the thing, versus Edward Gaming, they were 5-1 on the attack, but that was after an 8-4 defensive half. So they were in a much stronger position and against a weaker team than Optic, at least. So I think this is going to be a tough one, and definitely in need of a pistol, which they've not been the best at throughout this tournament. They got 1 in this series, and I think only about 3 in the tournament.
yeah, so odds are not going to be doubling up this time around, but we'll see. The attack as Team Liquid look to the A side. Victor is waiting here, Marv right behind him. Even some utility from Finesse that can come in to help the Snake Light still up and online. A strong presence from Optic in this middle part of the map, and Team Liquid, they've sensed it. They've slowed it down with a minute left on the clock. The key thing here being they don't have the information for anyone pushing behind, right? Normally you're comfortable they're not behind you, but they have to almost gamble on the timing this time around. And when they put that second bout of utility up, then utility comes back their way to slow them down.
Try and make a move once the toxins have gone down, and it's an entry for Soulcast. The pop flash giving them so much space, and the wall will garner them a plant. They've also caught Ye on the rotation. An incredible start from them in this second half. Can they convert?
Demasik just had himself lurking for the teleport. Not a common position to be holding in a pistol, but one that has given them a massive advantage here. 5 versus 3. Finesse down, Crashies, the clutch player for Optic on the previous map. Himself and Marv have been playing well, but not this well. That's a little too much to ask. 3 more kills, an ace clutch for Crashies, and time against him. The spike ticking away. He's got to run into a triple crossfire. He isolates one at least, but in the real Crashies That fourth kill, unbelievable, but the clock is against him, and Solkas will drop it. 6 on the board for Team Liquid, and they have got their second pistol of the series.
It's never easy, is it? It's never easy.
Crashies did something else there, man. I mean, caught reloading, jumping up. I thought it did 0. I think he got flashed, did he? No, yeah, well, he did. But, well, the timing was maybe a little shaky, but still. Unbelievable work from this guy. You put him in a 1vx, he's just a different beast.
And it means that there's a very high chance that going into their buy round, he's going to have Seekers online, which on the defensive side, the amount of free information you get, the amount, well, basically just how passive you can be. A lot of value. We talk about this man a lot. There's a very good reason for that. That's going to be the rifle actually dropped to the deck. This is quite a heavy investment coming through. I think that might be another one on the floor. This is starting to get very, very shaky for Liquid. The fact that they've just lost 1 to El Diablo and 1 to Classics.
2 Classics on a swing out bathroom, long range duel. This is an abysmal start. And for the heavy investment Team Liquid put in there, so many rifles to work with. I think they've even pinged. There is still a rifle on the body of Dimasic. And actually, yes, he's going to go and get it. Navarro's rotating around. So he'll grab an upgrade. They'll still have their 3 rifles to play with, but they can't lose any. I mean, they've already lost too many. They can't lose anyone else from this point. And look what they're up against.
This is not like the buy we see from FPX, where they haven't invested into
They have invested
into other weaponry and while. Not the best dodge of a flash I've ever seen. I think maybe expecting contact from his teammate and instead just getting shot in the face. Yuppie though low, a classic claiming another victim, and there's a player close, and they're running out of time. 25 seconds left for them to try and make a move. They're almost relying on Navira to get something here, hoping there's someone giving him a free kill within this smoke, but they're in a crossfire. Soulcast tagged within inches of his life as well, and they have no time left on the clock. It's going to be Crashies to close it. A huge, thrifty victory coming out for Optic, and an 8th round now on the board. Honestly, that could be the beginning of the end.
You win the pistol, something that Team Liquid struggled to do all throughout this tournament. Find 2 out of 4. But that is worth nothing if you come into a round like this. And the timing, yes, it was horrendous. That nade popped just perfectly, running through the wall as well. There were disadvantages there, but ultimately, this was just Team Liquid void of a game plan when things went wrong. And ultimately, they never should have went that wrong. I'll accept Ye's kill, but Bathroom losing to 2 Classics, that is the thorn in the side that I think ultimately drew blood.
Well, their conversion this tournament has actually been fantastic when they did win the pistol. Unfortunately, they're now in one of the worst situations they could be in. They've handed rifles over to their opponents. They've only got pistols to play with. Ults are going to start to build up for Optic as well, and they're going on to their stronger defensive side.
Kay Tarik na tayo, guys. Mas madahin na nanood kay Tarik yun.
Feeling particularly good now for Liquid on this map. But they have had heroes. That's been what has been a huge part of this map so far. While Soulcast proving just that, already managing to drop 1, although I will say, Mitch, the gun is not going to be in the greatest spot to retrieve.
Yeah, I mean, Dimasic was pretty close to grabbing it, but he decided to go through the TP instead, move over towards his teammates, and look for this push to start. Weaponry disadvantages stacked. The Seekers gain the information. Optic should be looking for a rotation, but the reality is that could come in any
Surely we don't get
moment
one peeking this angle.
Their 2-2 setup.
Oh shit, man, I'm actually so nervous.
With the Marshall in hand.
Wall's good.
He's going to be looking for more. That wall up, though, this was the problem last time. They've already...
They got a flash too, right?
But so much more that can come their way.
And they're running out of time. 20 seconds left. And you can see there's already the crossfire in play. Flash out.
Shot kay Justin.
Good shot.
Relatively well. A plant looking fairly likely again, though. They still haven't retrieved any guns.
So even with the plan
Gagawa daw din ah. O maaga ako matutulog ah.
Oh, Crash.
Totoo ba yan, Tin?
Oh, Crash.
Totoo ba yan?
He's about to be blitzed out as well by Victor. I imagine a last pack.
Boom.
Just a dry peek, but it should be
Boom.
enough. Okay.
Oh my.
Gets there in the end.
9-6,
Optic's winning this. I don't know why you guys were doubting.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone was.
The reality is they did some damage.
I was never
doubting here.
No, I knew that.
You were doubting. You said, well, at least we have 100.
Yeah, that's the thing. Normally, that would have been enough damage to make this purchase awkward, but because you handed them half of the guns that they have, it hasn't actually done any damage to the purchase whatsoever.
The shadow is so adorable.
Inadik naglalaro ko na team solo. Naman, di ka nagaya.
I got 100k people watching, but 20k are just literally chatting. They're not even watching, they're just chatting the whole time.
I think they need to break back soon, or this half could easily slip away from them completely.
No, absolutely. Yeah, we need to see something for them early. That was close.
Oh, he's screwed.
He's down to 10 health. One bullet from Solkas. A straight shot and he's gone, and there you go. Finally to be dropped. Finesse doesn't want anything to do.
They weren't gonna let that one happen.
Accept it as an early disadvantage.
Look at that.
So much.
Dun lang.
The hookah.
Gusto niyo Japan, guys?
初対戦ながらもこの動きはもう研究できているぞというアクションでした。
そんな抜きでしたね。5対4という人数差を生かしたいんですが、映画にはイエイのオペレーターがいます。
ポイズンクラウド PC かがあるので顔は出せなさそうですが。
ランプの中、サイト内からビクターの。
Ye goes down, but Marved on the swing. It's now left on to Finesse. 1v2, he knows one's planning, gonna try and isolate the other, he's spotted. Team is sick, the first is free, can't get the transfer! Soulcast just about finds him, and Liquid up their 7th.
An important round for Team Liquid. It came close, but they found the victory, and look what they've got to work with coming into this. Finally pushing Optic down to low credits, a showstopper and an orbital strike. Yumpy one away from the res as well. Now Optic are close to a couple of theirs, but it's 2 away at a minimum. That's going to be a little hard to connect off the bat on the defensive side. Crowd behind Team Liquid's comeback, but still a long road ahead of them.
Di kasi napikay kaya nanood lang. Di nyo kasi pinipik kaya nanonood eh.
Slow build up into this round. Losing crashes early in the last was not
Keep
something
on
you really
guys.
want.
Laro tayo ng Macks.
Just off the basis of his agent. So much information can be garnered, and he's already spotted the majority of the Liquid team. Look at the aggression as well on the other side. Much just leaving Ye in an aggro position, and then if he teleports back, you also have the switch to the bait, which is Victor in that corner with the stick.
This really is just something that Optic are so fond of. Normally it would be Finesse that's in those spots. Of course, on this map it makes a lot more sense with the positions to have Victor be the man with the stinger in the corner. Still, that stinger won't get an opportunity by the looks of things. It is going to be a 4v play, but they're ready on the side of Optic. All these ultimates coming their way, though, surely going to cause some problems. A molly kill as Dima goes down, and a few of these players are low. The frag out from Navera buys them time, but they need to follow up, and Marv is denying it all. Yay in the smoke, and he's aware that they could be coming behind him. Both players on the other side, and they find the kill as it fades. Still, they have to fight back out. The spike is not theirs. The nade, they haven't seen it coming. It'll do damage, but not enough to grab a kill. 1 HP on Solkas. He'll scream back up. They need to deal with Victor. 12 seconds or so to get in there, grab the spike. They need the kill. They've got to drop this man. He's still alive. 6 seconds. Solkas needs to run, and he'll find nothing. A clutch for Victor keeps Optic alive at 10-7. The lead is thriving.
That's a shaky round, a very shaky round from either side. So many players left blind in the corners, and a lot of it came down to Marv just being able to pull 3 kills while all of these ults went on. Even getting one with a Molotov again. I think that's the 2nd time it happened, but it was this kill that sort of turned the round firmly into Optic's favor. And even then, you still needed Victor to clutch things out within the last second. Double digits connected. Liquid will take themselves a pause, and now Mitch, their economy's in the bin. Even though damage has been done to the other side, even though Optic are not in the craziest position themselves, what did Liquid do here? Did they even purchase?
I don't think so. There's just not enough there across the board to allow a full purchase. You can grab 1 or 2 slight upgrades, but past that, this seems to be conceding an 11. That said, Liquid have looked good in some of these lower buy rounds, some thrifties that have gone their way. But over on the side of Optic, it's the map they're known for, the side they're known for in Team Liquid. You can see the issues, you can see the problems. So much was committed to that last round, and the reward just wasn't found.
Showstopper Orbital Strike. Two of the most powerful ults they have on their side. I think the only thing that could really change this round is if they get into a Viper's Pit after Blanc. Sure. And maybe Scream. Scream having a hero rifle, it's always dangerous. The problem is on the other side, you've got ult starting to build up. So even though the economy's low for this round, the chances are Tour de Force in the next, juggle a rifle over to someone else, and you have a pretty strong buy going into round number 19.
That's going to be the Viper's Pit used up on B Long. Containing the control. A common spot to see that one going down. Two-man B hold a trap inside of Hookah. Very powerful position to play from. They can stack up A, have these crossfires ready. I don't like that the shorty's out. He's ready for someone to come blitzing in. I respect that. No one's making a move on Team Liquid. A minute left on the clock and they are spread in a default, just looking for the control.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, you look at the map control that's claimed even just by the trap, you don't really need to be taking too many risks here. Yeah, it's a nasty spot. Well, that's all he really needed. One kill off the back of the shorty. Tour de Force will be online for the next round as well when he needs it, but well, he's racking up the kills anyway. They're going to have to heal up onto Scream to at least give a little bit more in terms of that rifle, but with 30 seconds left, eventually they're going to have to just blitz in.
So you don't have that Viper's Pit to fall back on anymore. Doubt they're going to be popping a res unless they flawlessly win these duels. That's a good start for Yumpy. But Optic has so many more players here. Now the hero rifle steps it up and Ye is gone. The res could come through with another. This round, it was looking clean for Optic, but Team Liquid have somehow stormed their way back in. That's not the right weapon for that range. And he hasn't got the right pistol. He said to go to a Marshall. And now down goes that Viper's Pit after the res. This is unbelievable for Liquid. They take hit after hit. They look like they're out, but this team, they can always fight back into it. I am perplexed by what we have just witnessed here. 8 rounds for Team Liquid. Optic
is appreciated.
They were knocking on the door of victory, but now the game is really on. What does this do to their economy as well, man? Look at this, nothing there for them.
No, that's the thing. This was meant to be the economy building round. Thankfully, Finesse will at least be able to get one rifle through into the next and remove everything on the other side. But yeah, this was the eco, and I was saying that if you get the Tour de Force, because they had some weak weapons in this round, they'll be able to juggle up commander weapons. Instead, their economy has been obliterated. The question is now, do they invest the Tour de Force to try and sneak this round through? Or are Liquid just going to get to within one? Because that's what it's looking like right now. That is a huge blunder from Optic that have given a lifeline to Liquid.
Should never have happened. They have something to work with here at least, with even more ultimates online than when we started the previous. The chances really relying on someone like Ye finding this opening duel. They've heard the Tour de Force though, and just look across the map. Everybody is tucked into corners waiting. You know that with this weapon being the pinnacle of the round, he will go looking for victims. He will go looking for kills. Whether he finds them or not is yet to be seen. He'll get one for free. The timing could not be better. And no response from Team Liquid there. That's a duel for Optic, and they are happy to concede the control now.
They even try throw in some util. Slow him down on the way back out, but the fact is instead they're pushing into the rifle. Finesse needs to get something here. He's just been domed. The B site somewhat open for business, but the fact is the rotation's coming from Ye. And again, he's so good in these scenarios, they have to back away. The thing is, we've seen a showstopper expended, and look at this position, up close from Crashies. That's exactly where you want the frenzy.
Going in the smoke, the timing is so good. Another kill for Optic. Anything you can do, we can do better. Optic are on 11. A thrifty round in response to a thrifty round. Well, we heard from Solkis whenever they scrim, it's back and forth, and well, he's kept his word coming into this game.
Balance has been restored in the world.
Wow.
But that's the thing, it must be nice. It must be nice having Ye on your team, and I think Scream knows it. Like, that's a round that could have easily put them back into contention for the map. Instead, their economy has been obliterated. Bear in mind, even though they won a thrifty round, no one survived it. They were trying to kill Finesse and remove every single gun. Now, well, look at it. this is full investment from most of the players.
Yep. Putting it all on the line, and with the success they've had before, you can understand why, but a lot relied on ultimates. Quick play up through middle. Ye doesn't know whether he'll find a victim, and finally he does. The advantage is theirs. The spike is dropped. The rotations can start to come through, and that they will. Look at this flank. As quick as you like. Marv able to pick one. Victor steaming forward with him, and the blast pack to push the players back. Lamps to be cleared out completely, and they are just trying to push these guys into ranged fights where they can succeed time and time again. Solkas, the last man versus 4, and I think we're looking at Optic on 12. They've lost a few clutches, but
no,
is a bit too much.
I refuse to even give that one the time of day. Like, if he pulls this off, then I think we just give him the map. Like, not even play the last few rounds. You just go, you know what, Soulcast, 1v4, that takes it. But yeah, I think he's going to get the plant, but that will really be all she wrote. And honestly, a plant's not bad. Like, that's how bad the credit situation is right now for Liquid, that a plant actually might help them out a little bit, because their finances are screwed for the next round. Any kills he can get would be nice, but realistically, he's already got his ult. Nice shot on the first, but eventually the trade comes through for Marv. As said, he has had a real resurgence in this map, comparatively to what we saw on the last, which is, it sets this series up wonderfully, but Optic, have to bear in mind, it's never done until it's done, especially when Liquid are on the other side.
4 more rounds, though. They only need to pick up 1, and with performances like this coming out from players like Marv, it's hard to believe they don't find at least that single round. They don't just push it over the line just about. Now, whether they get it here or not, look, Liquid have got a bunch to work with. Again, the Seekers, the orbital strike, almost a showstopper. It's conceivable that they come out with a round, maybe 2. But this is Optic's map, and it's Optic's side. For them to end up on an overtime, I think they really would be mentally boomed then.
They're not mentally boomed at all. Look at them. They're pushing all the way down. An aggressive finish to the game, it seems, as Victor is already going to drop down to a wonderful start and a surprise for Liquid. Not a particularly good one at that. Yeah, he's waiting patiently as well. He's even going to get the information off the back of his trap and quick enough to close down another 2v5.
Almost served as a bait, but it's just that little bit too quick, pulling off the kill. Good shot for Nivera, but look how much more is against him.
He has retreated and operated from that, though.
2v4, grab a kill with the op, maybe. They have to deal with this flank as well, of Marv coming up behind, currently watching for it, and the kill is found. Marv on a tear this game. He's looked great, and with 16 HP, I think we can call it here and now. The defuse is underway, and Nivera has no chance of denying it. He's got to sprint at them, and it's already done. 13-8. Optics map choice, a map that they're one of the best in the world at, predictably goes their way, and we will be closing this on a well-deserved map 3.
Yeah, I think it's exactly where we wanted to end up, an Ascent map where both teams are likely to feel pretty comfortable to close it out. A different idea in terms of their compositions, which will definitely make it a fun finish, but I don't think anybody's particularly surprised that Bind has gone in the direction of Optic. They are sublime when it comes to this map, and honestly, I'm glad we're getting the series I think this deserved. The fact that we see Marv come back into this, Crashing continues his run of form, Ye starts to be, well, that player that everybody fears. He ended that game with 8 first bloods. Like, that is just filth, just decimating everybody in the early round scenarios. And even though there were some blips, even though there were some mistakes, they came back into it almost instantly.
They absolutely did. For Optic, there were some good clutches in here as well to really get them pumped up coming into the next, and Team Liquid got a taste of what that previous map must have felt like if you were North America. We couldn't ask for a better conclusion to this going on to Ascent. We heard it starting it out. It's a good map for Team Liquid. After that performance, coming in close to neck and neck, Tom. I want a long map. I want an OT out of the next.
I want some Phoenix. That's what I want. I want to get a little bit more of the Phoenix. I want to get some more exciting comps coming through. And you know what? I want to see a little bit more of the desk before we do that. So let's throw this one off to the break and listen to the nerds sat just behind us.
Maganda to, man. Abot tayo ng game 3. One minute commercial.
High five. Do you want to take this $50 or give me a high five? Great choice. Here you go, before the picture.
Are you dead ass?
Yeah, you just gave me a high five, bro.
Dead ass.
Have it going, okay? Thank you. Excuse me? Do you want this $50 or do you want to give me a high five? Not even a high five? Alright, wait. Here you go, bro. You gave me a high five. He didn't want to give me the high five, but I got you. Hell yeah, bro. Have a go on. We need someone to take this 50. Do one of you guys want this $50 or give me a high five? Either. Alright, that's all you? No catch, no nothing. What's your name? Gary. Nice to meet you. I'm Brian. Have a good one. All right, guys, we're going to head into our favorite store, Computerized Cobbler. Probably the greatest name for a store of all time. Hello. Do you want this $50 or do you want to give me a high five? High five? Okay. Thank you. That's for you. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Bye. I was expecting more people to take the 50, so we're down.
Optic Gaming told Team Liquid, anything you can do, I can do better, and it turns out what they can do better is bind, because they walk away with that map 2 victory, and we're going to game 3. This honestly feels like the only way that this could end, Seth.
I mean, you've got the classic clash of NA versus EMEA. Now you've got these going up against each other. The bind gets the win for Optic. All the way to 3 maps. Finally, we get a 3-mapper, even though yesterday it felt like we certainly did. We did not. It was double 2-0s. Yeah. But finally, we have a full series.
It's funny because you told me that. You were like, oh, we're getting our first 3-mapper. I was like, no, we didn't. We had 3 maps yesterday.
19-17, baby. Woo.
Turns out I was there watching Valorant until the wee hours of the night. But Brent, an exquisite game across the board here for Optic. I mean, you know, when you think about how this started and then how it potentially could have ended for Optic, it's good to see them bounce back, but Liquid did not make it easy.
No, they did not. In fact, they even started off on the right foot on the second half of winning that pistol round 13, and you see went the way of Liquid, but Optic still ran with it back with the thrifty wins. There was multiple moments where he ended up winning with a thrifty, and they actually evened up as well and cleaned up their gun rounds against Liquid, which was an important element. For whatever reason, you know, Optic sometimes they take a while to come online, but it wasn't the case. It was the case here, at least on the second half, but they did finally come alive, I guess, at the right time of things. And one of the big stars has been Crashy. This guy has been an absolute key member of this team, especially as they were playing on Bind. Great trading, great openings for them, right place, right time a lot of times.
I mean, in the first few rounds, he was 5-0-2, which is absolutely coming up clutch with multiple picks for his squad. And Crashy's, honestly, I've been so damn impressed by him this entire event through. Even when they were struggling on Breeze, when they were going up against Boom and whatnot, Crashy's was the guy who was finding clutches, trying to drag them across the finish line. And then here on Bind, he had one hell of a game. 229 on this guy, still is supporting his team all at the same time, is just dragging out of control.
Yeah, I think that, honestly, this guy's always been consistent. Every single global event, you're never going to get a bad performance out of Crashies, it feels like. You're always going to get a certain level, and then the times where he just raises above it, and he's playing on all cylinders, is the time that pulls Optic ahead. It matters like that with Bind, whereas looking, honestly, it was pretty rough for them at times, especially when that
5-round stretch.
We're going on and on and on about these pistol round stats. About how they're not good at it, and the one game that they start winning them, where it should just be like, oh my god, no, Optic just pulls some magic out of nowhere, winning the thrifties.
Yeah, it's been beautiful to watch, really on both sides of the field here, right? You know, Liquid, I think, really finding themselves in this series, but also Optic really facing adversity here. One player that we highlighted as well was Marv. You know, just want to kind of touch on him real fast again. Ended up that game 2014, contributed quite a bit for the squad, and you could tell, like, when he's feeling confident, the rest of the Optic kind of just like rally behind him. Because you know Ye's always going to be good for 1 or 2 kills there, Seth.
I mean, 1 or 2, maybe an ace, why not? I mean, he was just going crazy. I mean, Ye just single-handedly shut down multiple rounds from like the very beginning of it all. But yeah, Marv's looking a hell of a lot better here. It seems like it's been cleared. Now they're fully focused in. Everybody on the side of Optic is stepping up. Yes, TL did make it look a little bit shakier. That 5-round stretch that they had in the first half was especially a cause for concern. I started thinking like, oh, it's just going to be a 2-0. TL are actually going to be able to win this, but no. Optic, they swap sides. They just managed to execute it beautifully.
Yeah, well, you know, there's been a lot of talk online about what's going on in this series. Obviously, everyone is just so kind in in their discourse with NA, EU, EMEA conversation. But let's actually get another segment of bird watching. I'm just glad they got my dome on the graphic there. Look at this. Wow. we're talking about the economy.
Bro, just pull over to Twitch chat.
Oh, man.
I mean, I think this is quite funny, but listen.
Listen, the USD's strong right now.
Yeah, I get paid in USD, fam. Trust me, I'm living. I'm living. Trust, I'm living.
Oh, man, you gotta love it. But, Seth, this rivalry is always there, but we go back into it again, and NA equals no armor. Hate to see it. Wow.
Well, it didn't really hurt Mark too much. Maybe in that round.
I
didn't even see this.
I saw it and I thought it was like something up with the UI, but no, yeah, no harm.
There's a couple of overheat moments.
It happens to the best of us.
It does, yeah. Listen.
What was that one game where someone forgot to buy a gun?
1v1
buy full armor.
Match found.
Well, that's happened. But I mean, we had Scream forget to die to the spike earlier. He's just pulling a scary from Xerxia.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go to the attacker spawn and chill with 3 HP and a sheriff.
Yeah.
Sure. You do you.
Let's
Let's put it that.
We'll just put a pin on that one. You're just joining us though, by the way. Optic Gaming walked away with the win on Bind. That was a 13-8 victory for them. Of course, Team Liquid picked up their win on Breeze with a interesting composition from Optic Gaming, but it really was just every single player on that team, Brent, on Breeze was snapping heads, and one has to wonder, the Phoenix is coming back here.
Sure.
Is that the confidence?
I don't know. Here's the thing. I'm still not even sold on the Phoenix on this map as well for Team Liquid. I don't really know what it's going to be looking like. But one of the dangerous things that Liquid are going to be dealing with now is the fact that Ye hasn't just woken up. The guy has kind of been awake, I think, for most of the series. But on Bind in particular, he was 8-0 when it was the first kills, the first deaths. He was leading the charge for his team with a lot of those big kills. And if he carries that forwards as well, and you're dealing with Optic that are looking, rejuvenated, I suppose, to come off the back of the Breeze win, they seem unfazed by it. These guys with the experience in their belts, they're not going to be worried about that. Now heading into Ascent. It's another map that Optic, at times but actually recently I think they have been looking pretty good at. And I'm wondering, why are they going to have enough in their back pocket to be punishing the Scream Phoenix? Because it's not necessarily anything that Scream on Phoenix has been doing. It's just been sprinkling on heads a lot of the time.
Yeah, I mean, but he continues to find some form of value on Breeze.
Bro, sometimes it be like that. You want
Spike rush.
This killing is terrible business, but I always say, if I must do something,
Kita nyo
be
guys?
the
Hindi.
best.
Siyempre hindi. Ang laro no? Swerte mo yun. Ayan na.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Sorry, napalaki. Pinabawes. Nice.
Watch your eyes!
Labang mic na yan.
Watch your eyes! That was easy.
Manood tayo guys, wait lang. Solo maglaro men. Spike rush lang, pagbigyan nyo na men.
Reloading.
I've got your trail.
Gago. Bumukas. Hindi pa naman start eh. Laro mo na ang Spectre.
Open up the sky! Last player standing. Spike planted.
Ayun, nice one. Kung ino-urusa rin wala.
Stim beacon here. Molly!
Thank you. Andy.
Last round before the switch.
Trust me, they will make mistakes. When they do, take advantage.
Vamos, gente.
Come on, let's go.
Enemy spotted B.
Someone's A.
Tangina. Chamber. Wala ko nasa defense.
Party's over.
Mamaya hindi mo na ako.
Reloading.
You want to play? Let's play.
One less.
A1.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
I've got your trail.
One enemy remaining.
They are so dead.
Oh, chamber dip. Chamber. Hindi.
Switching sides.
Reloading.
Get to you.
Let's fly. Reloading. Bomb buddy out. Deal with my copy.
One enemy remaining.
Was that so best? I'll outshine all their radius. Reloading.
Go eh.
Reloading.
Kahit ako kaya flexers.
I'll show you, scary omen. Get it.
Last player standing.
Yadta daw.
Flash.
Venue.
Going up. Target down.
Sabog to. Lang guys, start na ba? Di po.
Match point.
Reloading. Reloading.
Panalo mo na to. Oy, yot. Ano to? Iatrapia. Shoutout sa'yo, man. Thanks sa
I need to
pag-like.
blow something up.
You want to play? Let's play.
Magawa mo, pre.
Boy, I'm pissed.
Likod pala po. Tanya mo, man.
I've got your trail.
Last player standing.
Bago. Kinahan niyo repolyo. Ult.
Not your best. Teleport's ready.
Wala pa. Sana manalo. Manalo ka, chamber. Winnable.
30 seconds left.
Ba't kaya walang mic? Ayun o. Sira na naman yung riot.
Spike planted.
Sira ka na naman, pre.
They are so dead.
Winnable.
Out of range. Out of range. I have them.
One enemy remaining.
bangable. Bangable. Kasi bangable. GG. Kaya ulit.
Defenders win.
Hold na tayo, guys.
Times right off the rip.
I'm sorry, Optic, man.
Yay with a good game. We need to see someone on Team Liquid match that performance here. 1-0 as we start. And that puts Team Liquid down to pistols. It's not like they're doing anything massively special here. And over an Optic, a flash through the smoke, a Prowler, a drone, a lot committed, but just one piece of utility back in the other direction, and they slow it all down.
Good luck out from Mark. The real danger man from this round gone. The headhunter won't be showing anything for the rest of the round, and you can see because of that, there's had to be a little bit more aggression elsewhere. They've lost that mid control. Solcas goes looking into B but spots nothing, and now they're going to start lurking back in this direction. He might lose his life here, and instead he gets the info.
Yeah, but as he falls back, you know, these guys are hot on his tail. They've seen exactly
Back
where he went
to reality.
Shot darts on the way, pre-fires, looking to even get a shot off in that scenario. Optic have seized the site, gained the plant, and Team Liquid's retake, it doesn't see any utility. You don't have flashes on Nevera or Scream, or even Temasig. All three of these players capable of flashing you up, but not in this round.
Ng live natin para maraming prep ngayon.
The best play here is probably to try and contain Optic. You can see that's what they're looking for. Right now, that's not going too well. Keeping these players there so they die to the spike ain't too possible when they just come sprinting at you. At least one kill, but that's all they'll get.
Yeah, a pretty clean round coming out from Optic, and he recovered the Spectre as well. The extra weapon retrieve. Already online as well for Victor, and the Cosmic Divide also not too far away, so that's why they were pushing so aggressively. Because especially going aggressively into some of these sites, so you don't have that classic anchor player. Sure, that means their utility can't be taken away, but it also means the aggression that you want from Scream and Nevera with the flashes will be gone. Like, you can't have those quick swinging peaks that you would normally get from those couple of players. So that could really close down the distance in this round in particular.
Rashies has gone in here for a Vandal. The one guy investing a little bit heavy, but it could change that win rate just enough. Your straight blitzing and flash around is perfect. And Scream, he ate that flash. The sight not theirs yet with Yumpy, but he can't disappear. 2 kills, and that's all he'll get with an immediate shutdown on Solcas. The trade is as good as you can wish for in a round where Optic came in mostly without Vandals, and now that's all they've got.
Gonna get past the drone. That might be a bit of a surprise, but no, never mind. It's been spotted with the Cosmic Divide. Okay, it locks them in, but it also means that Liquid would need to try and have something to get through. The crossfire on the other side is going to make this a tough move to try and get back in. In fact, they might just want to try and hold them out. The fight's awkward. Nevera will get one, but he's desperately low. Has to just look to fade away here and save the gun into the next round. And again, Optic are going to get off to a flyer of a start.
Really a fantastic round plan. I enjoy that Crashies buys the rifle, but that's not the key point of the round. It's Victor sprinting it into B, popping the old flashing Scream. That level of pace just wasn't expected. He barely had time to do anything. And if he was to do anything, it was to pop a curveball, one of his flashes around the corner, which he could not do. Completely countering out any sort of utility from Team Liquid, bringing it to close range fights where the numbers are in your favor. Optic couldn't have set themselves up any better, and they just got those dominoes and gave them a little tip. Now 3-0, and Team Liquid are forced to an eco.
But yeah, they're still going to have the rifle saved, at least. But again, this early control being taken, farming up the orbs back towards that null command.
3-0, gago, mamenta ng Optic ko.
Garnered on the other side, but it's pain. And a peek back in, yay, again. Those opening duel numbers just seem to be increasing by the second. Now the response is going to be a tough one. I believe Scream, he's at least managed to retrieve the rifle. So that's something, that's some element of hope. But again, we saw this in the last map. It seems to take something to get Liquid back on track.
Even with him recovering the rifle, it's the patience of Optic. They started with a main control, they got paranoid, fell back and held for the aggression on B main and on middle. Getting those advantages. Now all that's left is to close out the round. The information game is strong. They've spotted both players. They know where the rifle is. They're going to fall back completely, avoid that rifle, and make use of the space being garnered by Ye and by Marv, who pushed up on B main and mid. The rotations being heard. Ye knows he's got the spacing, and that's the rifle he's challenging and dropping right away.
And he's not going to overdo it either.
20 seconds, and these players are now moving back to mid. Where are we going with this? 3 kills for Ye, 15 on the clock. Demasik is still sat on the A site. There is a 1% chance. 10 seconds. If he can drop the planter, the timing is right. He's not being revealed. 6 seconds. He's caught. He's dealt with.
A Prime Gaming flawless in the end, but I can see your worry. If they plant anywhere else, if Ye doesn't come through from the flank at that last second, maybe, just maybe, there's a chance that he actually drops a spike, but in the end, fairly controlled for Optic. You're going to have the Tour de Force almost online on the other side, and this is where Liquid really need to make their stand, because this start from Optic has been sublime. They've been controlled all the way through. They've been pushing and pulling Liquid. The fact is, this composition from the Liquid side does revolve around a level of aggression, being able to challenge positions on the map. Now, I do think the operator coming into play for Yumpy will benefit them hugely with that. But at the same time, you look at the credits that are already there for Optic, they're going to have a lot of chances to adapt.
This isn't a case where you win a single round and get to even up the odds. Team Liquid are behind, and the recovery, the path to recovery, requires an insane amount of consistency to come out of this defensive side in a game that thus far they have seen countered out of from the get-go. Optic had Ye on 4 kills in the previous round, and that's important for a few reasons. Number one, the confidence of this guy being able to go out, take that mid control, and now put that in the back of Liquid's mind. You leave that map control unchecked for a moment, and Ye could be making that play. But further to that, those 4 kills put him 1 away from bringing up his Tour de Force and maybe being the thing that challenges Yumpy on the off. Maybe not this round, but all he needs is the 1 orb.
Grabe lang yun, pero parang Optic to.
It's a pretty terrifying prospect already for Liquid. Again, though, this is where the dynamic could change. We mentioned that operator battle. The fact that Ye is #1 in the stats, and I believe Yumpy is #2. Well, only one of them has the operator for this round, and is looking to try and take an early challenge on towards shore.
And there it is.
Yumpy
winning it out. Navarro close. He's gone for a risky peek with the man advantage as well. That's a costly loss. They at least trade it back, but this leaves Demasik for a while alone. Luckily, Yumpy's cleaning up those mid-fights, and as Victor emerges, there's 2 players ready to fight. They've dropped Demasik. They've got themselves into a safe corner, and they'll slip underneath the door, even throwing some utility to completely bait them. They might think maybe 1 guy can be here, but 2, it's never going to be expected. The numbers now equalized, and Finesse. Oh, they almost got collided. Victor on 50, but he's got the 1v1. The man he's up against is Scream, and he's getting the orb. Scream will get it just in time. Now he's got his ultimate to play with. Thing is, that's being called by the team. He's just got his ult online, Bolt. He sure isn't in B main.
It's now up to Victor to try and play a little unorthodox, knowing there's a high chance that Scream is going to be able to play with that ult to give him a chance to take him out for free. He's gone all the way back in towards the market. A smart position to hold from. Spot unlikely to be checked, and maybe even a free kill coming through on the other side. The ult through. This could actually be very dangerous. If Scream doesn't find him, he can just go back. He's going to wait for him. This is brilliant from Victor. He's waiting to get that final kill. I think Scream has made the realization. He's going to knife him to get them their 5th round. Embarrassment for Scream and elation for Victor.
One of the smartest plays we'll see from that 2vx. The duels chipping away, the door closed, the utility up top, the sneak through, and even that off shot, 99 in 1. It connected onto Victor with the body and the position of the shot, saving him so he could clutch it out in the end. That is one of the best plays that we're going to see for a while, and putting Optic on 5-0, crippling Liquid's economy. The impact is massive.
Oh, Yumpy's angry. Yumpy is angry, but it's only going to be the 1. For a trade out of a Tour de Force, not really worth it. That was the main threat they had in this round, although Mitch will tell you it's the Ares.
Yeah, you got to watch out for that Ares, man. The reveal comes up, you're going down, but Now, obviously, the tour de force was the point man in this, and this is what we talk about with teams that save that tour de force for one of these rounds. Obviously, this one's more how it panned out, but we do see it at times where teams save it multiple rounds, play it on an eco, and if you go down, teammates can't pick it up. But now they can look to pick up advantages elsewhere, and Scream has the perfect timing. These players are sneaking their way in. He'll get one for free. Damage done. And here could be the reward. The follow through. The Ares not landing the shots. Still some damage done by it. VA left on a sliver of health.
Wrong with the
Nice one.
It forces him out into the open.
Gusto niya optic ako eh. Game 1 lang ang liquid dyan.
Space being taken by Ye.
Team Yay tayo. Team Yay.
HP, but no gun currently out. And Demasig will go down once more to El Diablo. They're rotating to the other side of the map again. Just playing with the players of Liquid, and Monavera might be able to get one. Oh!
That hurts. At least they'll detect two here. He's even gotten the tour de force pop out of Ye. That's that. Round closed, and sure, they commit an ult towards the end of it, but I'm not too worried about that. This is a 6-0 scoreline, and Tom, unless I'm wrong, I think the crowd might be starting to get behind Optic a little bit, and it's hard not to with this scoreline.
The crowd is a fickle
May
beast.
taga-tondo pa pre si ano, Victor magtanggol.
If you watched in Copenhagen, a lot of Fnatic fans, and then FPX started to win. Started to disappear.
Next game pa natin.
People took off their jackets.
Yeah.
Sat there in plain t-shirts.
Tangin ng utilities yan. Pang tinali parang manok.
Meg had a few of the crowd switching as well on her own.
Did they just try to seize hot hands and then just miss the hot hands? Is it shallow? Not on the same spot either way.
Bingyan.
I mean, Optic they're not committing to this fully. They're just making a lot of noise, making a lot of presence.
Good the timing.
To be a little bit itchy on the other sides of the map to go out for overextensions, so they can find some kills. The trap caught him in A main, but the man that needs to be careful here is Demasig. He's got practically half the team waiting for him on the other side, and now he's been spotted by the drone, but the one-way discourages them. A flash set up here. It's coming in from both of them. They trade flashes and trade kills. Scream will bail out of that, concede the control, and from this point, Optic can try to pincer into B. At least that's what Liquid are thinking, but they still waited away on short this whole time. That's been spotted now, though.
Oh, Demasig going back, and Ye is just too good in those scenarios. The individual skill of this man, unmatched within the server. And while Yumpy, the last time he had an operator, he was ever so close to taking the round on his own. Just a sliver of HP on the other side. Hunter's Fury going through, won't be able to find him. He's still here, but the shot not connected. Half HP or less, and it is easily countered by Ye. In fact, Finesse also holding those flanks. Liquid are being obliterated right now, and Scream, the only man that stands in their way from the half already being won.
Absolute masterclass from Optic on this attack side. 7-0 now confirmed. The Scream falls. And they had the trade player there to take him down. Crashies was able to swing even if Marv lost that duel, as unlikely as it seemed. This is a game that just seems so difficult for Team Liquid to find any advantage in. And when they are put into these desperate scenarios, mistakes are being forced by Optic. And that's it. I don't think Liquid are making mistakes as much as Optic are forcing them into them. The fact that you have such heavy control coming up on mid, the flash trade play, they start to make noise, they start to make the guys think, okay, we're coming B, and Dima swings, gets the info. It's the re-swing.
It's the recurring utility. That's what makes this triple initiator comp so powerful. It's just the fact that you're able to basically force your opponents into constantly looking for information while you almost have it for free.
Liquid have called a timeout here, Tom. Better late than never. Still a quarter left to play with here before we swap sides. But this needs to be close to flawless. They have ultis coming in, but no money. And I wonder what it's like to enter on a stage where the crowd cheers for you and they give a little golf clap for the others. You win rounds, you start comebacks, clutches, and they're on your side. But now, 7 rounds in a row, louder and louder the cheers for Optic are ringing in as the rounds end. Team Liquid,
Pagdaos nito, wait natin
they
yung
even start to
fanatic.
feel that they've not only lost favor in the series, but lost the favor of the crowd as well. And they have a while to go before they earn it back, at least as far as this map goes.
Yeah, they're attempting something here, but Victor, no trouble for him whatsoever. The aggression of Nuvera once again finds nothing. Deema6 still waiting on the angle. It's almost a full rotation, just leaving Yompi alone with the headhunter deep in B main. Drone actually might allow him to get a kill, but there's other counter utility. Somehow he escapes. That's not bad for Deema6. He hasn't had the most success, but bear in mind, every time something like that has happened, pressure from Optic comes out elsewhere.
The key thing there is Victor lobbing in the nade, the drone active. You only had finesse to cover. Gave Deema6 the opportunity to quickly zip into the angle and grab one. But that was a mistake where two players are caught with utility out. Now the rifles in the same position for Ye, the same aggression that's won them so many rounds before. And the distraction coming in on the side. Well, it's not going too badly with the trades at least. But they've still got a completely unaccounted for player of Ye just having snuck into spawn. The off angle now, but expected or not, Yompi was dealt with and the plant can now be found safely.
Yeah, again, it must be nice just having this man on your side.
Legit ba, no?
Being able to lurk
Optic
through
na to, guys. Optic tayo.
Do so much damage and survive, at least in the majority of rounds. Looking to get close.
The majority of he's 13 and 1 time.
That's the majority.
It's just what he died once.
That's the majority. It's not all.
Give a break.
It's not all rounds.
Survived that round with like 3 kills on 8 HP. Like, that's the closest thing to a Terminator I've seen. Unless we've got a vat of lava, I don't think we're getting rid of this guy. See if they can at least grab an exit. The player's waiting in the spawn. You can see Solkis has the angle with the rifle. He wants to save it. Wants to make it costly for Optic. Way, shape, or form.
Sit back down.
Sit back down.
Yeah, go to the spike. It's not worth facing. Yeah, you're not getting that kill. You don't want to give him an orb. 8-0. Just an absolute desolation. North America have come in here to make a statement, and that statement is being made. Defeated.
Liquid come into this round with a lot of ults. They've got the run it back. No command. Nightfall as well. There's plenty to play with. You've even got Yompi back on his operator. As said, the closest round they've had was based off that gun. The thing is though, at the moment, they're up against an unstoppable force. C's down early will at least force EA back, but look at them. So many players on that B site, and it seems like an instant response. Optic have the perfect read here. There is nobody on A, and they're just going to waltz in for free.
A perfect pace change from them. Now, with the ultis online, Liquid are obviously content to play the retake. We are already having the Nightmare coming through. The Nightfall, excuse me, as the Nightmare attempts to take them, but Scream got caught. Trades are good. But for the ulti that was committed, I think they want a bit more. Dealing with the players on site doesn't look too easy either. There's just no inch being given. Damage done again and again, and they fail to find anything. 9-0. Liquid have no credits left, and this half is already out of their control. How does this map look so much better for Optic than Bind? A map we were terrified for Liquid on. We said they didn't have a chance over there, but when it came to Ascent, Tom, they look so much better on this map. Well, not this time.
Yeah, that's the thing. I almost wonder if teams are going to have to start really questioning whether they play Ascent.
Just don't play Optic.
That's a good way. Easy. You just if you see them coming up on the bracket, you just lose before that happens. and you can just try and avoid them completely. But yeah, a team who've been fantastic throughout this year, once again showing their dominance to the world, showing they're not going anywhere.
Well, they've shown their dominance to the world time and time again, but versus EMEA, less than 10% of the time they pull it across the line. 1-10 is their record.
Yeah, that's the map record as well. And in terms of series, hasn't happened for them.
And now here they stand, already doubling up those numbers, and with a 9-0 lead versus Sheriffs, things are looking fantastic. And the last round, okay, that was quick. Forget that round. Think about the rest of the game. They had such a controlled pace. Like, yes, when they go for pushes, they can be all out aggressive. They can have Victor on a third round with a Sheriff rushing in with his ulti. But the reality is, in most rounds, this is how they play. Slow, methodical, allowing you to make a mistake, and when you don't, they're going to force you to make one.
Start pala sila.
On the other side, the cosmic dividing.
Grabe, no?
Solcast does manage to get himself. Whoa! From Navira! How is this looking like the first round they'll win? It is a Prime Gaming flawless out from Liquid as well. Maybe there's a little bit of life left in this team just yet.
3 rounds the best that they can get, but 1 better than it was looking like we'd see. This play right there, he seized, but he still makes it. He has that little bit of room, and he just needs that small amount of space. 9-1 as Team Liquid find their first round, but Optic feel destined to answer back any moment now.
We saw the wind get into their sails last time after a slow start to bind, but this has been a different story. If that can get them going once again. Yonkid already under pressure, some utility thrown through. And again, we're seeing Soulcast just looking to try and challenge into middle. Has a little bit of support from Scream, but because of the lurk that's been going through so regularly out of Yay, they've had to actually post players up. However, that Prowler is going to tell them there's at least one here, but they didn't go the other. And actually, it's still Scream to get the kill. The trade, though, is back so fast.
Yeah, fantastic reveal up and over by Solcast, but the response from Optic, they trade kills, they do damage to Scream, and now they're stacked up to take a one-way smoke fading as they attempt to swing the corner. Navera meets them. Okay, tripling up in this round, 9-2. Team Liquid might just have a hope if they can push to 3, but they need that. They need the pistol. They need more than they've found in the past 30 rounds. This is a tough scenario, with the wind starting to pick up now. The speed of this comeback yet to be determined.
By the looks of it, they need Navira. I think that's the piece of the puzzle that's been missing. 6 kills over the last couple of rounds, 2 before that entirely. Still though, a chance for Optic to close this out strong. Still having the weaponry, tour de force online as well. Okay, the null command has been built up for Navira, but again, they look to just pressure into this B site quickly as they have done before. Demasik left blind in the corner, and this time Navira is almost dead within the first couple of seconds. But they have at least managed to force Optic back.
Oh, all the way back, in fact. We've been wrapping completely around. In the last round, we saw Solcast and Scream in mid, a flash into the smoke, a reveal up and over, confirming mid control for them, guaranteed, and they found Finesse on the back of that. This time he survives into a late round. Cycle out the utility and look for info on A. But Team Liquid, they're reading this. They're sensing. Ain't been enough noise outside of B. They haven't seen anything there. Just managed to catch FNS. They maintain just the 3 players on the site. Still a flash to play with Scream, and Solcast needed that fight. They'll hold on to control, and he'll go down. Victor with a phenomenal trade, but they're not going to A. They're faking it out. 3 players there. It means only Demasik to hold, and Ye is seeking him out. 9 for Optic, and it could be double digits pretty soon. Look at this position. Surely not expected. They actually are. They clear it.
And Spike is only just making its way towards the site. Tour de force now activated. Yompi gonna get caught. They know that he's coming from behind. Even still, though, he's just burning. 2 HP, almost goes down. And now looking to try and pressure through Scream. He knows that this spot is being homed in on. Not wanting to give Ye that peek, and he won't connect the shot this time. They have been able to garner some space, but do they even know Martha's here? He's lurking within the smoke. If he gets the timing right, he might be able to win them the round. He might not even be needed at all, though. The timing's spread through, and Ye is going to be the one alongside him to close it. We've heard of a 9-3 curse. We've heard of Optic's curse versus EMEA. Is there going to be a 10-2 curse and somehow a turnaround for Liquid?
In a game where Ye comes out of it 19-3 in the first half, it is hard to argue against the green wall sweeping over EMEA. NA looking fantastic. Is there any hope from the analyst desk?
Buksan ko na Valorant kami.
Baby, sometimes you just gotta let a chef cook. You know what I'm saying?
One
And
game
Ye's
tayo,
out there cooking.
He is cooking.
He is cooking. He's making a filet mignon. All right, and it's flavored with Team Liquid's tears. This has just been rough for Liquid, Brent. Look, I'm just calling it what it is. That was just nuts. You couldn't have asked for a better play here, even at this one as well, Brent. How like Team Liquid, they thought they had the reads. Oh yeah, but here's Victor.
Yeah, I mean, this play was just iconic, wasn't it? Just a complete fundamental outplay. I mean, what a way to highlight, I think, the way that half was going. Because you saw improvements from Optic across the board, the way that they were playing. They made great strides with this triple initiator composition and how they're playing it. But when Ye is putting up numbers like this, and Marvs is also right beside him, obviously putting up much more reasonable numbers of what you'd expect, it's just so hard to stand up against Optic.
Yeah, it's time to stop. It's time to stop the discourse around who is the best player in the world. Just accept it. It's Ye. He has been for a while now. The guy is absolutely cracked out of his mind. 19-3, up against Liquid here in map 3. The pressure, it just doesn't even exist to him.
No. The guy is just cool, calm, and collected. Ice cold El Diablo on the stage. And this guy is just a casual reminder, I think, to everybody that he's still making a case for best player in the world. He's still here, by the way. As much as everybody likes to brush Optic under the carpet with their team, their overall players, this guy is still making statements.
Yes. It has been clinical from Optic Gaming. Does Team Liquid have a chance? They're going to have to dig deep in this second half, or else Optic are sending them to the lower bracket. Mitch and Tom, over to you.
One of the better series we've seen out of Marv in this tournament. He has looked fantastic, but himself and Victor's performance, Crashies on previous maps,
slightly overshadowed.
It's just been overshadowed a little bit by Ye.
A little bit, just tad.
10-2. This is a tough spot to play from. If you're Team Liquid, that's for sure. It seems inevitable that Optic close this out.
Let's let them stew in it just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just let them really stew in the fact that this is 10-2. Oh god. That is not the timing we were looking for. I guess it gives them the chance to maybe reset the momentum a little bit, but I think we're really clutching at straws if we think this is going to do much to really benefit the side of Liquid. It has just been a decimation. Again, I think lest we forget that this Optic team always had their struggles early on. They come into the playoff stage and they have always been impossible to beat, it seems. Last time around, a top 3 finish, that was almost given question marks because of the performances of the likes of FPX, PaperX. PaperX are already gone. FPX in the lower bracket. Optic 10-2 up in a map that would finally have them beating an EMEA squad, and I think putting any doubt out the window.
I think it's one of the worst things to have to sit in this sort of scenario as Team Liquid.
They
obviously had a little bit of a technical issue. Well, that's being worked on. They're sat there, not discussing with their coach what's coming up next.
Range
It's a pistol that we're going to be kicking off on.
They're really good at those as well.
Yeah.
That's the scariest thing here.
We just need this pistol. And if you think about it, hey, they've actually won 2 out of 5 pistols so far. But one of the ones they won, they lost the follow-up round and then got shut out at the start. It definitely a new face of Liquid we need to see.
Yeah, they need someone to step up. And luckily in the last couple of rounds, it was at least like Navira being able to show that that stature of an incredible player is still there. Even still, it's not enough. It's not even close to enough.
Crowd diff, though. It certainly has been, man. I think comparing this to even going into like the last couple days of the previous event, I mean, we are only getting started here. Second day with the crowd. It's only going to get better. We're only going to get more packed out. And yet, it feels like it's got 3 times what we had last time already.
Yeah, he never misses in that. I agree with you. That is an 100% accurate sign. I will say, the one thing that's exciting me most about the next series, like, there was an opportunity here for Optic to silence the crowd and even turn some of the crowd. In the next game, if Xset managed to turn the crowd, I think we will also start seeing Psycho walk on water and turn water into wine. Like that's the sort of miracle he would need.
Prepare for it, man. I would.
That's true.
But yeah, no, I think honestly, I'm a little bit surprised that we had the crowd turn too often so quickly in this third map. But
I think it's still mixed. I don't think they've gone. They're
not gone completely.
They're in hibernation.
Liquid went around. They're there for it, but you heard it on the walkouts, man. You saw Ye come out. I was expecting the same roar, and it was just,
yeah, for sure. But the thing is what, like, especially with, firstly, we've got the Turkish region normally playing within EMEA, so they will have seen these stars week in, week out. Especially if you are like a fan of like BBL footballers, you will have seen Scream do some pretty nasty things to your teams in the past. So he definitely has a fan base knowing how strong he is as an individual player. Not been here yet in this game. Now I will say, going into that attacking side, that is where you do normally see Scream shine. Farming up those orbs, taking the space, opening up rounds. The thing is, I do feel like just being humiliated like that early, firstly it will have angered him and probably pumped him up, but he has looked a little flat.
Let's go.
Certainly didn't go according to plan. They were getting caught off at times. Moving into this, I can see the logic Screen picking up orbs, and so on, but one mistake and it will slip out from under them. Now we have to begin things on one of the weaker aspects of Team Liquid's play. The players are getting amped up and ready to go, and all these next couple seconds are going to decide everything for Team Liquid. If they don't win this pistol, they're already looking at that lower bracket run. This comeback's got to be one of the more difficult to make happen. DRX can do it, anyone can.
Hey, what are you trying to say? There is a man that will come up and fight you, I will tell you that now, and he really isn't that far away. But yeah, we are going to be getting back into things. A crucial pistol needed for Liquid, something they haven't been able to pull off too many times throughout this tournament, but they are in desperation for one. They are all building up outside of me. Now they've avoided that haunt, which might sell a bit of a nasty fake. They're sprinting and running all the way through, looking to try and take these early fights, and they have been spotted making their move.
A pace. Oh, right out the way. That Optic, look, they seemed ready for him. Nobody's caught off, no one's in no man's land, and they've got double stack up on the site. Two players ready to take these duels now, a 4v2, as Optic win every single one. And the history of Team Liquid's pistols repeats itself here, 11-2. Surely that's the final straw for Liquid coming into this round. I mean, you take the eco, 12-2, 10 rounds in a row is pretty tough. You don't take the eco, you probably already lost.
Yeah, it's pick your poison. What is the worst case scenario? Well, probably not having a buy at all.
Well, yeah.
So they're just going to have to take the pistols in this one, try and get something done with them. They are a team known for their pistol play. Even still, the percentage chance of them stealing this one is low.
When it comes to thrifties, somehow the pistols are a little better in their hands. When it comes to pistol rounds, not so much. Round 14, and Optic already knocking on victory's door. Sheriffs all around for Team Liquid. Spread out to look for these advantages, look for the duels. And I think a lot of this, you know, these early rounds, you're looking for information, you're looking for how to walk by. That's a decent opportunity for Yumpy. Something unaccounted for, and Optic lose a man. Still, everybody else running with those fully automatic weapons. The Team Liquid diving, actually, so it's just Finesse on his own. The Spectre's gonna have to put up some numbers, and the timing is so poor.
It's been taken out by Yumpy. An opportunity here. Scream gets spotted, but actually it's Yumpy again. He's just taken over this round. 3 kills already. A lifeline may be possible. It's a little bit risky, but Navera gets the kill anyway. Marv now left alone, and he's going to be executed. If there was a hope in hell of this series turning, Liquid needed a round like that. And while, thankfully, Yumpy has given it to them.
11-3. Light at the end of the tunnel still pretty dim. But being able to catch some of these duels, the pace, catching them off guard and winning a round like this as well, might give you that mental reset. Still, the concern for me, trading rounds back and forth, we've seen it. I've seen it on previous maps, and now rolling into this at 11-3. Optic, they're going to take a nice light buy. They don't have to rush this to the finish line. Conceding it essentially to Team Liquid. But based on what we saw on Bind, where the classics were able to decimate a very
he still
similar
has
buy.
a headhunter as well. So let's not be silly. The man can still do good damage, but Liquid have bought so much into this round. They've just gone straight for rifles. No point messing about here, and well, they're just going to slaughter the players within the B site. An easy take, some confidence built, but ultimately a long way from changing the outcome of this map.
Scream on close. It's a risk. One that pays off for the first, not for the second. Now a rifle can be retrieved with the door closed as well. There's not even a chance of sight lines. You can see Marv's idea. I'll take that rifle into the next round. Thank you very much.
That's a little bit of a bonus. Something they won't be able to save as well, which for Demasik will be a little bit of extra frustration, considering he still only has a Spectre, although he's going to get a kill for absolutely nothing, and now they're going to go on the hunt. The thing is for Scream, although he loses the gun, it's still somewhat worthwhile just to get the orbs. To have that free opportunity to run into a site, as said, that's where the danger truly lies if you're up against Team Liquid, having that running back. Actually, they are getting ever closer to stealing this away. Only a second or two left to try and kill off this player, and it looks like Marv will be allowed to hold onto the gun.
Yeah, Navarra just had 20 HP. He was the closest man to it. If that's your Spectre, sure, he's going to be swinging around that corner just looking for you, W key in the rest of the round, but no point risking an extra rifle for a fight you're probably going to lose. 11-4. So many rounds needed for Team Liquid, but a run it back online immediately. They can use that coming into round 16. And remember, the ult was what got such a heavy success early on for Optic when they went for that blitz out to B. Victor had his ulti online early, and it was the deciding factor, essentially. For Team Liquid, though, I don't think they've gotten the value out of these running backs. I mean, half the time they're getting knifed coming out of them.
Yeah, but you didn't see too many of them. The one we remember was pretty. Again, double up towards the market. Rifles finally on the board. Odds not really close, particularly on the side of Optic. Already looking to go quite direct in towards this B site. You imagine the point of contact is going to be Screen. Getting ready to go for the flash. Well, yeah, he's completely blind, but he hasn't seen him. He's missed him, just sat within the corner. The spam doing a decent amount of damage as well. And this is all the while Crashy's at the back of the site.
Shot from Ye connects. This guy shut down the run it back, shut down Navarra as well. So much utility evaporating out of Team Liquid's hands. Grenade down. A star waiting, a flash to pop. The swing from Victor could grab information, but he goes into the smoke! Unexpected, and a follow-up from Marv, trading it back and forth, keeping the advantage! What's lost now? Ye thought he could sneak his way in, but he's been caught! And now Liquid given another chance to take this across the line to keep themselves alive.
Sick is so lucky to be alive. He TP'd into the site and still managed to headshot Ye before he realized the danger man gone. But this wraparound could be everything. Are they even going to expect it? They will now with the steps, and Soulcast up close is going to drop another. Liquid, they come back to make it 5. Still desperately close, and a little bit of luck along the way. I want to see that kill out from Demasik again, because he should have been dead. He TP'd into that site blind while in a smoke. Watch this.
Ayaw nila magpatalo.
It's just
Bumaba pala, kaya
it's
pala.
just madness.
Let's go.
Another round.
Baba made it after all.
Desk thought it was safe, but little did it know. As we said, still so much more to do. But this is where at least a reward will be found right away. Optic down to pistols, down to lighter weapons. One rifle in play for Marv. Everybody else going to be taking a bit of a back foot in these early fights. Now, the thing for Optic, they've had a lot of success with these rounds. They take risks, and this risk on the push into mid is going to allow them to have a very early flank. Already Marv, the man with the rifles, coming behind, but they've managed to root out FNS. Nobody is on the B site, but if Marv can find the value, if that flank timing can be as good as it looks like it will, he's only got the damage for now. The kill at least on the swing, but Ye gets traded. This is not as good as it could have been, but at least he finds another. This is keeping the hope alive, and Victor can get a rifle on his way back through.
He was inches away from dropping the spike. The next man around was actually Demasik, but all in all, Liquid not in too bad a spot. They'll remove some utility as well. Victor is still has all of his flashes to play with, but he's going to have to wait for them to come back online. Going to use the knife first, flash over the top, it leaves Yumpy completely blind, but it doesn't matter. They're going to connect both shots anyway. The distance down now to just 5 rounds, but still, the ult starting to creep up for either side, and Yay, well, I feel like he's been out of the action in a lot of rounds so far, Mitch. All it takes is one, and they hit OT.
That's always going to be the problem. For Optic, they might start to feel the tension build bit by bit, but at the end of the day, they are still ahead by such a significant amount. This pause, I think it's the right time for it. Yeah, like you said, with that gap down to 5 rounds, you're not that far away from Team Liquid catching up. They'll take their time now to hopefully close it out. Remember, they've got a ton to play with. Gonna see another round where Ye has the operator. He's even got his tour de force if he wants to pull that through. See, Yumpy is gonna be doing that.
Yeah, I think this is a time as well for Finesse. Like, he has said it many a time in interviews that he almost loves the haters. Like, he will almost relish the fact that the crowd is firmly in the favor of Liquid at this point, but they don't want to let it get too close.
Ye came out of the previous half smelling the roses. And it's funny to kind of say, you know, oh, he's been a bit quiet. It's like, he's having a good half.
He still did well in the pistol. It's just the last couple, maybe not so much.
It's not a bad half. It's just a few rounds that have slipped away. Still 23-7. You know, it's a mediocre performance for sure. Something I'm sure anybody on Team Liquid would be after right now. We had Nevera as the hero of some earlier rounds. Yumpy stepping it up here in his tour de force. What's going to be leading this round around the mid peaks, looking for some duels. But obviously, if you're on Optic, you're fully aware that this is in play. You're not going to be jumping into angles. Just
you're also seeing Liquid use a fair amount of utility into mid just in case Ye is there. If you're taking over this control, you don't want to risk this man finding a hell of a lot of value. And actually, I think that's both Prowlers already gone for Soulcast. So very worried about this push coming through. Instead, he's taken deep B control, and now they set up into A.
You also have Demasig, ult online, so he's lurking outside B, and with all this utility and the Prowlers going through, and now they look at an A push, that might just get the push to come out of Ye. If he swings a little wide, it could be massive, and never mind the possibility of going back, perhaps, but at this point, why? He just planted down, and I don't think Optic will even want to contest for this. Demasig almost just becomes a hunter now. Instead of lurking on one side of the map, he's going out looking to draw blood.
I don't know how they're doing it, but they are avoiding Ye. I feel like he's cursed in this half so far. He's been on the wrong side every single time, and the faster pace pushes, giving away very little information from Liquid, are really causing issues now for Optic. As you said, Demasig, there's a lot of value if he can take these guns away, especially that operator. Even considering throwing in the paranoia, but waiting for some teammates to come through. He knows that they're going to be on this other side, but Ye is already going to connect one of the shots. It's still worth attempting to remove some of this weaponry for Liquid. Anybody they can kill off is a gun that's going to be gone for the next round, but Optic are holding strong, and this is why they've been quite lucky to avoid Ye. He's just wiped out 3 of them.
They found nothing on that hunt. Optic, well, breathing a sigh of relief, I imagine. With those weapons carried forward, they can mount a full buy here and still have a decent chance. That reveal going uncontested, costing heavily as the players swing in, knowing exactly where to look. 4 between them. You asked me at halftime, I'm not sure I thought this was possible. The attack for Team Liquid looking stellar, but as we said, only 1 mistake needed. And so far, they've done a great job avoiding Ye. But 1 round, he's going to get his sights on a player, and that's where things can just take a turn for the worse.
5 in a row now for Liquid. Again, they've got this lurk. A different player this time, and they are looking to try and build in. Now, bear in mind, you do have Scream with that run it back, going straight through, but Ye almost avoiding him at this stage. Not trying to find him, he'll get him with the no-scope, and they are pushing into this man's crosshairs, but it's only a trade-out. It still gives the space back for a couple of players to peek in. However, the sight has gone the way of Liquid once again.
Look at Yumpy. He is so late getting around here. It's being spotted for, though. Finesse wise to his tricks, has now caught the kill and main control. Team Liquid sectioned into the site. Nightfall on each side, thrown out. Solkas in trouble. He had a Prowler on him, but the almost screen on the backside is taking kill after kill. The clutch player of Crashies, he's been so damn good, but this time it's not happening. Team Liquid are on the way back, 11-8. And Optic have got to be sweating now. This game should never have been this close.
There's no way. There's no way. I still can't believe until we see an 11-11 scoreline. But I can tell you now, the crowd behind me definitely does. Scream just picked up an operator. That's already enough for me. A 2v3 clutch. Even with Ye being on the right side, even with Victor being able to push through and hit a timing, and that's the thing. That was their sort of riskier purchase. Now they come in with purely SMGs.
Here we go.
Well, a tour de force for Ye.
Bright flash, follow through. He's got the control, the ability to TP out. Can't go too much further around that corner, but he's going to extend all the way. The shot out, no connection, and he almost gets traded. Ye sticking around, but as that timer ticks and players could come into Link, he's just going to have to fall back. It's understandable. Close to finding the opening duel, but ultimately, Tom, when you look elsewhere, if he goes down, this round's practically over. We've got Stingers, Inspectors, Pistols. Sure, there's a chance for them, but you want Ye to stay alive and to keep having these opportunities to take duels.
So Cass is trying to fake. They're pushing him. He's going to get the information and the spam through, but the flash leaves him blind. Even still there, they're going to make their move in towards the speed side instead. The whole team going through. Finesse has been able to find one through the smoke, and Crashies at the back of the site has been hard to beat. Even still though, the IGL is stepping up! What is that from Finesse? He still has a teammate at the back of the site as well, and now the rotation's coming through. Finesse has done enough.
Old call even came in. Saw the shock dart trying to hunt Demasic down, now the last man alive, and not for much longer, 3 players peeking against Ye. A headhunter wall bang to the head as well. 12 found at last. This was the round you feared as an EMEA fan. Optic finding success. And sure, Liquid have got the economy to fall back on, but the ult economy in favor of Optic. They need one of the next 4. We were in this scenario in the previous map, and they closed it out right away.
29 kills for Ye. Finesse having probably the 3 most impactful kills in this game so far, and by the looks of it, might be a little bit of aggression coming out from Yompi, just looking for that initial fight. Ult in favor firmly with Optic, and already they're going to take down Demasic. This was not the start they were looking for. In fact, we're going to see the Hunter's Fury out. Solkas needs to survive this, and he won't. This is the beginning of the end. So much damage just done off that Hunter's Fury. And now Navira and Yumpy, 2v5 to keep them in the upper bracket.
Team Liquid put up one hell of a fight on the way back in, but Optic have looked so good on these last 2 maps. Sure, they maybe lost the rhythm for a little bit, but here and now, the man of Ye, he'll be caught, but Victor won't. Always ready to trade. Every advantage closed out on an Optic. Win this one with back-to-back 13-8. They're moving on and besting the EMEA team for the first time.
Yeah, another curse broken. They're not very good at winning their first game. Well, screw that, they did it. They weren't very good at beating EMEA teams. Well, you know what? Screw that, they did it as well. A champion over in Iceland. They're on the podium as well over in Copenhagen. The most consistent team this year. And they're not going to be toppled by Liquid this time around. An impressive showing from a team that are gunning for another title. The fact is, though, Liquid have proven that you really don't want to match up against them in that lower bracket. They fought fiercely, especially in this second half. They started to make me believe, and I'll be honest, at the halftime I was saying this was done.
Ye finished this game with 30 kills, and the next closest on the server was 17. Victor was the one with that. I mean, this
30
guy
minutes, wait lang,
hit
lang.
another level. That first half was phenomenal, and the second half was still better than most players could ever hope for. Some clutches like this from Victor. Mind games being played. They didn't just beat them by coming in here and sending Ye to decimate on an individual level. They outclassed Liquid in so many of these rounds, showing us some of the tightest Valorant gameplay we've seen to date. What a pleasure it is to watch Optic Gaming in action.
We're not going to the desk just yet, but when we do, I do have a question for Achilles at least. Do you still want Ye to play Jet? That's the question I have, because after this performance, I don't know if I ever want to see him on Jet ever again.
It's a hard thing to argue. And in some of these rounds where he came around with that headhunter, he just didn't miss. 2-1. Optic Gaming putting out the fist bumps. And there'll be celebrations tonight as they have bested an EMEA in the series. Before, they had 1 map against this region and 10 losses. And now,
do you know what's really funny? I'm sorry to cut you off, but going into their next matchup, they'll either finally play Fnatic, or they'll play Exit, and we'll get a battle of NA. Like, the storylines are just writing themselves at this point. Like, either we get probably the big bosses of EMEA, at least in the hopes of many of EMEA fans, or we get them facing off against Exit once again. It'll be one hell of a game, but honestly, they deserve that victory today, showing they're a contender once more, and wow, who's ever going to doubt them at this point?
There's no way that you can. This team has proven themselves time and time again.
And guys,
on the stage
tayo,
there.
guys.
They've done well.
Alright.
They've done better than I think most people have expected so far. But in this series up against Optic, they didn't compare. They didn't match up.
They made Phoenix work on Breeze. They made Phoenix work on Breeze. That's all you need to say about this series. They are bringing back an agent from the dead. Like, that is also one of his abilities, which works perfectly. So, it didn't work on Ascent today, unfortunately, but I don't necessarily think that was just down the screen. I think we just saw a fantastic game out the side of Optic, and now we look at the in-zone MVP. Operator Ye, Rifle Ye, or Pistol Ye? That's actually a tough one, because I feel like in that first half it was Rifle Ye that was up to the standard. Good luck picking that one, because I'm not going anywhere near it.
Had some good headhunter rounds, but with the op, he was just uncontested.
Why is Victor Knife not on there? That's my question.
Listen,
that would have been a good 4th edition. Just slack it. Just slack it.
Good show voting anyways. This is a vote for you guys to get involved in. The QR code you saw down below. Make sure to get your vote in during this break. The analyst desk will tell you which Ye is the ultimate victor of the in-zone MVP. What a fantastic game this was. Good luck follow. See you soon.
Ayun na guys. Ayan na nga. Yabaril ako. Wait lang audio men.
Yes. Hello.
Sleep na ako. May simba ka pa ata, boss spring. Simba ka pa. Unrated lang ako, men.
Enemy spotted A.
Oh, what the fuck, bidong? Wala pa rin ano na ito. Ayun, wala pa rin ano.
Enemy spotted A. One down. Grenade! Spike planted. Satchel out. Viper down. One enemy remaining.
Grabe naman yun.
Reloading. Shadows traveling. Reloading.
Push a button. Save the day.
Ang laro ko dyan. Anong may peso?
That was good, but we are not done.
Security.
Satchel out. Spike down A. Grenade! One enemy remaining.
Satchel out.
Out of charges.
Spike spotted A. Let's get these
sheriff,
idiots.
guys. Easy. How to get a sheriff. Yan lang. Ano gagawin mo para?
Anyone feeling generous? Satchel out.
Hindi naman.
Satchel out. Caution here.
Yan, mga gumagapang. Bangit.
Shadows traveling.
Blocking sight. Enemy mid.
Enemy spotted B.
Spike planted.
Clutch ba ito ako, Jet? Clutch mo, Jet.
Got him.
Sabi si Cater yan eh.
There.
Last player standing.
Lang, nag-whip.
Raze, you do not fear the chaos you inflict. I'm impressed. Need a drop. Thanks. I'll hunt down Sky. Watch this! Caution here. Satchel out. Satchel out.
Spike down, attacker spawn.
Wali, par. 3 kills yun, par.
One enemy remaining.
Low. Wala palang mic pa.
Reloading.
Ayan,
I'll take out their Sky. It's something I must do. Who needs a weapon? Who needs a weapon?
Tuloy maingay.
Anyone feeling generous?
Wala pa rin yung ano, laban.
Who needs a weapon? Can I get a drop? Thanks. Thanks. As one.
Grabe yung flick mo. Grabe yung flick ng Reyno.
Blocking sight. Nightmare, take them! Mark 3. Bring them down. We found one.
The hunt begins. Spike planted. One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
I will not die here.
Grabe.
My power does not end. Ask for aid, and you shall receive.
Anyone feeling generous?
Nire-review pa yung ano, laban nila.
Anyone feeling generous?
Ano tayo pa natin guys? Okay, mag-aaral.
Anyone feeling generous? Anyone feeling generous? Be faster. Enemies in attacker spawn.
Got him. Satchel out. Satchel out.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
Did I get inside your head?
Hesitation is for amateurs. Let's go. Who needs a weapon?
I can buy.
Can someone get this? Thank you.
Chill games lang guys kasi unrated lang man. Hindi gusto sumali kaso inihintay lang natin yung fanatic. Nung oras pa yun mga
They are mine.
29 minutes na.
I've got your trail. Bring them down. Hey! They're blind with fear. Fire in the hole! Satchel out. Here comes the party!
Spike planted.
Reloading.
Multiple enemies B.
We'll cap. Wall raised. Get back.
One enemy remaining.
Reloading.
Lagi. Tang ina ko pa yung pinili mo matay pa.
Reloading.
Help.
Their fear blinds them.
Let's time in. Try ka mag-flex dito.
There.
Dito.
Give me a challenge, yeah?
Cover going out.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
Shadows traveling.
At least mga isa.
Enemy spotted A. You fought well.
Cover going out.
One enemy remaining. Spike down, attacker spawn.
No charges left.
For you.
Spike's here.
$30 seconds left.
Si Venice yung ano MVP guys. Ayun o.
That sucks.
Siya MVP.
Win. Show me where to go.
Beautiful, beautiful girl.
Satchel out.
Enemy A. Healing you. Enemy spotted A. Someone's in attacker spawn.
Caution here.
Nightmare takes them! Marked 4. Enemy spotted A. Enemy kill. Your duty is not over. Grenade! Go for a second.
Gago, binubuhay yung
Party's over.
One enemy remaining.
Binubuhay si Omen.
Spike spotted A.
This place is nice, but not nice enough to die in. Let's win and get out of here. I have extra money if anyone needs. Satchel out.
Bomba kay Omen. Bar. Tahita men.
Stay focused. I need this. Anyone feeling generous? Your fault. Enemy spotted mid. Someone's in attacker spawn.
Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
Grenade!
Found one.
Time to stock back up.
Grabe ka naman, Jed.
Satchel out.
Their fears betrayed them.
Spike down, attacker spawn.
Goodbye.
Satchel out.
Healing you.
There.
Reloading.
They're blind with
One
fear.
enemy remaining.
Okay, done. Grenade!
Last round in the half.
Spend those creds before we lose them.
Teka mag-ult. Wait lang, ult tayo.
Watch this.
Here comes it! I've got your trail!
remaining.
Where are you?
Switching sides.
Just let them try to catch me.
Three minutes pa, 3 minutes. Exit versus F. Fanatic.
Gun here.
Let's go! Here. Grenade!
I'll find you.
Reloading. Bomb buddy out. Bring them down.
They're blind with fear.
Multiple enemies B.
Light planted.
Last player standing.
Satchel out.
Kulit mo. Kulit nila, guys.
Anyone have any splints? I may have jammed my fingers.
Passing now,
Multiple
Michael.
fingers.
Can someone get this?
There.
Wait tayo, guys. Fight na ako kayo ng malupitan.
Time to work.
Satchel out. Satchel out. Enemy for you.
Enemy spotted.
Last player standing.
Anti.
What will it be this time? Have any patterns emerged yet?
Can someone get this? Thank you.
Itong ina ng Sky na yun. Swerte ah. Uy, mas simula na. Sakto yung laro ko. 3 seconds na lang. Fanatic na gano'n.
Come on, let's go!
Healing. One down.
Grenade!
There.
Bomb buddy out.
See ya!
Go open.
Thirty seconds
Plant
left.
the spike.
Light planted.
There. There.
One enemy remaining.
Wait for me. Grenade!
Last player standing.
Gago, namatay ko. Swerte mo naman, KJ.
Look at me and know that I am by your side.
Anyone feeling generous? Where are they?
Grenade!
Ay, gago, putang inang mali.
Satchel out. Satchel out. Go get him. Bring them down. Medic! They're blind with fear. Light planted. Medic!
Blinding.
Caution here. For you. Fire in the hole!
Last player standing.
Ano sabi sa likod eh? Hindi niya nakita.
Night.
And wow, hindi tinignan yung likod, man. Isa pa.
Try open that line. Find the weakness.
Ulti tayo para tumakbo lahat. Ay, namali ako nung ano. Napaka-low step niya. Fanatic eh. Go.
Here comes the fire! Satchel out. Satchel out. I blew you up!
Kabutang ina. Asan yun, boy?
Lock inside.
Patay. MDM.
Reloading. Enemy spotted.
FK yata si Viper. Binomba ko pa.
Last player standing.
Ang bumabawi.
Okay, I only have like 78 grenades
Banda
left. Hopefully that's enough.
More na kayo. FK nga. Grenade.
Medic!
One enemy remaining.
There. Spike planted.
Satchel out.
Sakto yan, par. Diba? Ayun na, simula na.
Match point.
Nagpipigil yung mga map.
Oh, look.
Anyone feeling
Generous?
Teşekkürler. Thank you.
Sigula. Oh, ano pa lang naman to guys. Unrated lang. Okay lang yan. At least makukuha natin yung tutok natin. Kailangan po pala manood ng mga pros yung puta para maging confident. Hindi ako na gano'n nito guys.
Let's make some chaos.
Tanging confidence. Confident lang ako ngayon.
I've got your trail.
Party's over.
There. Satchel up.
Plant the spike. Spike planted. Careful.
One enemy remaining.
Hey, who's got the snacks?
Basic
Attackers
shit.
win.
Grenade.
Satchel out. Out of charges. Okay.
Wala pa, di ba start? Pingin pa rin.
I think maybe they just want to keep that as a little bit of a pocket pick, but Ascent, listen, I've got no issues with this whatsoever. I think a clash, if it goes to map 3 between Exa and Fnatic on Ascent, will be an absolute highlight banger of the entire tournament.
Di kayo natuloy, kuya?
Fully agree. I mean, we just finished in a great series on Ascent. Why not just go ahead and finish another one? It'll just be the new staging ground for NA versus
Time
EU.
to
It must finish on Ascent.
Well, with the map picks locked in, we're going to be taking a quick break. But when we return, starting on Pearl, map number 1, Xset and Fnatic will be taking the stage. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll see you in just a second.
Match found.
Ang gamit natin. Oh.
Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, 3 years na agad ako. Bilis. Yeah. 30 seconds pa yun.
Spike rush.
Another mission? Good. Anything to keep me awake. Where are you?
Deploy destroyed. I'll have my eyes on top of this. Enemy spotted mid.
Yo, good sayang ulti.
Enemy B.
Blocking sight.
One down.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Box naman yun.
I need to set back up.
Stay safe.
Here.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Enemy B. Enemy B.
Last player standing. Spike planted.
One down.
Wago. Nagulat ka.
Last round before the switch.
Their phoenix shines on the outside, but within,
Dapat na tagal pen.
I'll find you.
reloading.
Enemy hit. Get out of my way!
That works.
Take them!
Last player standing.
Face your fear! Here comes the party!
One enemy remaining.
Grenade!
30 seconds left.
Entry. Oh, no, panalo pa ako.
Switching sides.
Let's go. I got things to do. My ult. Watch this.
Multiple enemies there. My ult is ready. Nightmare, take them! I have planted the spike.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Blocking sight.
I-defuse ka pa dyan.
Faith, keep those nightmares away from me. I already have bad dreams.
Reloading. Let's go. Where are you?
My ult is ready. Nightmare, take them!
Blocking sight.
Mark 2. Here comes the party! Spike planted.
Bye.
Marked 1.
Be faster.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Get out of my way!
Gago. Tangino. Ba rin sa ere. MB. Naka-knife na.
Match point.
You want to dance?
Bolo lumipad na ito. Start na. Oh, go Pearl.
That honestly a lot of
Wait. Yan guys.
You want to play? Let's play.
Enemy spotted B. I'll find you.
What's this? Marked one. Fire in the hole!
They're blind with fear.
My ult's not ready. Block the sight.
Going. Spammers.
Last player standing. Defenders win.
Face your fear!
Do a 1v1, Cryo, Enzo! And Cryo's going to win it out.
That's
What?
cool.
A shot from Cryo to close that out. But that round went topsy-turvy. I mean, right into the back of sight, you had both of the dive players second and Alfier not getting too much. Obviously, Alfier falling to second.
He got clotheslined. He didn't just fall, he hit the deck.
And it's important to see XSET start off and being able to shut that down, because that is the play that they're going to be using to get into this B site over and over.
Again, we mentioned
For
the,
sure
the
not.
dynamic duo of Cryo and Zekin, both young guns on the side of XSET. And it's mainly been Cryo, yes, but for this XSET ship to go well, to navigate safe waters, they have to be at the top of the leaderboard.
He is going to be alone over here against the eco of Fnatic. Same cross smoke, it's recalled this time.
Cryo swings out, he's rewarded with the shot on Dereka, still holding on to that Marshall as well. In safe range of his rendezvous, and he gets a no-scope on Boaster and then gets away.
High ground too, almost able to peek over top at Alfier.
Oh, but the Buns betrayed him. Alfier creeping his way forward. I don't think Cryo knows he's lost that much space. He's gone that far up.
And really good of Aaron here to be refreshing these stars for Cryo to play with and escape if he needs to. Also look, seconds all the way up. Very close to flanking inside of bar.
And you see Mystic waiting for it on the bottom of your minimap. Spike hasn't really made its way out very far at all.
I mean, it took full control of the A side.
And I mean, Def is far up. You mentioned Zekin was far up. That crossfire is going to be brutal, but it may not matter. Yeah, Def cleans it up just in the nick of time, but not without Zekin falling. XSET up 2-0.
It was just super controlled on the anti-eco. Cryo getting the openings. 5-0 for him so far. Fnatic with the same approach twice in a row as well. You saw them vary quite a lot, actually, in their game against 100 Thieves. But a lot of time it was focused on these full site executes. I would definitely like to see them go for a lot more splits and control based off of the default that they do run almost exclusively.
Well, it seems like they're going to try things out mid. And a Prowler and give out some space to work with. Relay Bolt second, just on the other side. They're actually here by committee. You have 3 members of XSET playing an art right now. It looks like they want to swing. Oh, and XSET. Everything they want against Fnatic right now. Remember, this is a bonus too.
Yeah. 3 Spectres on the board and a Ghost for BCJ even. Already taking down 2 rifles. Cryo! Another sick angle for him. And they've got full advantage now.
I mean, that Marshall's been so fruitful for him already. Definitely not the star Fnatic we're looking for on this map in this series.
And you already see XSET coming out with the same sort of fire that they came up against with FPX on this map. Not scared to play these EMEA teams on the map. And EMEA has struggled on Pearl so far. Fnatic included.
They have a win on it. I don't know if they do.
No, I don't think so.
It's been tough trading over on Pearl, as you were just mentioning. This round doesn't seem to be an exception. Mystic and Boaster are the only 2 that remain with not a lot of time to work with. I think best case scenario here, what, you keep rifles, maybe get the spike down if you're Fnatic.
And Mystic's not even going for it now. Yeah, they're just keeping rifles.
Yeah.
Interesting development. I mean, that early switch up where they're just trading utility in mid went so favorably for XSET. It looked like Alpha was very sheepish and they didn't have an escape strategy.
Yeah,
Boaster's got to be careful.
There really was just commit. There was no escape strategy. But with money on the mind, Fnatic keep those 2 rifles, bring them into the next round.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder, have they ever even run up against that sort of re-pressure by XZ? Obviously set up the traplet.
Yeah.
Seeing the replay, the Prowler coming out, second sliding too. Just super solid idea on the bonus. And that's 3-0 right now.
3-0 full steam ahead, but again, we have to mention Fnatic managing to keep those 2 weapons from the previous round gives them a little bit more to fight with here than they would otherwise. And that could be the difference maker in this round ball. Cryo once again spotted by the Prowler, still playing in the rendezvous, gets away.
It's actually interesting, Fnatic has nothing to really clear him out, even though they know he's there. So he could take a lot more time on that angle if he wants to.
Yeah, but a Prowler to the face and Alfie are swinging around. I mean, could overwhelm him, but you're right. Utility-wise, there's not much there.
All good.
Speaking of utility and trying to get away, Turkey eats the Prowler.
Grabe tayo naman ang
Both
tulbok
sides right
ngayon.
now, really trying to find a pick. XZ's just not giving it to them. The setup of Def and Aaron on the safe side is enough to deter them. Just that smoke popping up. And obviously the spread that they still have, they don't want to necessarily overcommit to anything.
Rush.
Up to Durka here against Cryo.
Yeah, and the rifles are now starting to rotate over towards B for Fnatic, so they should be
sila
able to fight back
makapasok.
with a little bit of an extra punch.
35 seconds though. They still have this wall, the fast lane for Alpha here, so they can still do that dive play. XZ are going to have to play retake here, for sure.
Which it seems like they're comfortable with. They're playing so far off.
No,
Right?
Basok.
All of Fnatic burning midnight oil. Here in this round, yeah, they're going to get back sight. That was the one difference. Is Alpha not been able to get back sight, but this time he has. And he's swinging around Cryo weak. Alpha on the prowl, on the hunt. And it's actually Def who falls first. And of course, the crowd erupts. And then silences as soon as Alpha falls. Numbers once again in favor of XZ. Second with the Cryo 2.
I think you're gotta be waiting for, yes, this fast lane to come up, maybe a smoke to come back up for Aaron. It's not planted for them. Yep. Oh no!
He's just gonna hold it the entire way.
It's just a full stick. What a blunder for Fnatic. You already actually saw Mystic falling all the way back, so they knew the situation was happening. But Alpha overcommitting there. We saw that a lot against the 100 Thieves. Yes, he gets the first kill, and yes, the crowd goes crazy for that first kill of the game.
Binabawi nila yung 100T sa PNC.
Ultimately, XZ is now up 4-0.
Oh no. Oh, I thought he was gonna get lucky. In 4K. Fist bumps, guys.
Come
Anyone?
Back up on the guns for Fnatic. And it's a lot more presence. Look, this is the same type of thing, but much slower that they were trying to do on that anti-bonus for them.
And no resistance from XZ. Remember,
Cryo.
they had 3 in art last time Fnatic tried hitting this.
Cryo wants to not show that it's him right there, but ultimately has to fall all the way back. He had a big opportunity to find some kills. Here comes the split.
Oh, but Def gets a kill onto Alpha. And I want to say he was flashed. Flashed again. Damage taken. But he ultimately falls. Cryo holding the angle with the tour de force.
Bang.
About to get challenged, he does, and Mystic falls.
Sa
Now the
papang.
knife fall to swing back out as Cryo gets a second. The ult causing so many problems on
Gusto
Fnatic
naman
right
pasok.
now. Boaster and Enzo once again left in tatters.
The entry strategy right now for Fnatic is falling completely flat.
They're just slamming their heads into a brick wall.
Patay. Pang.
Important to keep these guns up. You saw how they actually had a chance last round.
Pinabol.
Because they saved the rounds, or the guns in the bonus.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
30 seconds.
They have the chance here to actually get the spike down. It's only a 2v2.
Yeah, Boaster's just so weak. And Enzo has historically been very good for Fnatic, but has had a relatively quiet tournament thus far. But he is the healthy one. He is the one that can dance with the remaining members of XZ and perhaps live to tell the tale. Second with the ult, the dash right into his lap. And again, he was the healthy one. Can Boaster do this? Oh, he spotted one player. Other one just on the other side. Cryo's still there. Hasn't taken a lick of damage now. You've got the Cosmic Divide. Surely he heard him tap it, right? Surely he heard him tap it. Cryo on the swing plays it masterfully. A 5-0 start for XZ.
And the 1v1s are just falling for them. Over and over now. Cryo 11-0. And this all started. Fnatic's going to call a timeout. This all started because Cryo swapped over towards the other site.
Yeah.
And Fnatic had no response to it. No way to actually get in the site.
It's you.
With the Spectre.
Oh, but you know.
Cryo won that out with the Spectre. So well played. Poster had no choice but to face, to challenge, and see if the bluff was a real one or kind of what was going on. And very well played.
Fanatic.
You hear the crowd trying to will Fnatic back into this one as they're the ones who call the timeout.
Fanatic.
Perhaps find some hope, perhaps find some catalyst amongst the masses, because it's otherwise been dire.
So, Alvier outtried. It is ridiculous the amount of pressure that this 17-year-old kid is under coming into this game. To play for his home country in an international matchup to try to become a champion. And it is on the mind of
Oh,
Fnatic
gonna
how
clip
to
for him,
keep them
please.
in here. You actually saw Enzo pull him aside, Alvier, and talk to him a little bit before the game started, outside of the regular huddle that they were doing. And that's really important, because you could easily get in your head. It's not the greatest. And when you add up the amount of pressure that he's been under leading into this match, it surely hinders him.
The weight of a country on the shoulders of a young kid. He's currently donning a 1-in-5 stat line. And yeah, it's tough when your job is, as Neon, is to go. Right? Like,
to int.
Right, exactly. It's a heavy weight to bear. Either way, he's got a classic here. He's got his ultimate to work with. An exit with full momentum.
And one of the things I liked about the last time they hit this B-side was they were able to use the Trailblazer to get Alvier all the way into the back of sight rather than just dashing in. But they've already used it now.
Well, they had to try to clear Cryo out, and he still hasn't moved.
And that was because Xset did a great job actually getting a smoke up there.
Gonna try to swing off this. You gotta be careful. Durka has the tour de force.
Dead.
Cryo holding one angle, Durka holding the other.
This fight means so much. That might.
Go, this is a 17 years old.
And they're so patient there from Def, not to swing off of that, to try to help.
And look, he's set up already for this dive. He's got the
Oh,
nade ready. Fnatic have to throw something else at him right now.
24 hours yun, yan oras mo.
Alvier dashes right into it, and he gets a kill with the ult. Upgrades a weapon too.
Dumaan kasi ako dun, alaw.
Now with the Vandal in tow, Zach can actually drop Sposter. Spike still not playing.
Hindi na silang umalis sa pwesto nila eh.
Oh, and Zach can try and make the play.
Tsaka natutulog lang yung bantay.
Not able to find any space to work with.
Grabe ult na.
Prowler not going to reach Alpha as he's still healthy.
Ewan ko, iniinit.
In the safe
Init.
confines of backside.
Ano tawag sa ano? Init. Na ano?
Now some smoke to work with. Cryo still holding the Apex at patience.
Triple net.
All over their approach. How do they find space? How do they move forward?
Go.
Move forward right into Alpha.
17 years old pala tong ano na no?
Aaron left in this
No?
1v3 on
Yung
the
sa NA, si second.
Dare to swing.
Second.
Fnatic gladly answer the
Oh,
call.
17 years old.
A strong round and a response finally from Fnatic.
Score din. Ganda ng laban kanina.
In the early round. Look at this dive from Alvier. He just goes right through the nade that Def prepared for him.
Sa Dota, mahirap
It's almost
kasi.
irrelevant.
Sa
The
dito,
crowd getting
FPS.
behind Fnatic right now, certainly giving them energy.
That's also like a perfectly good indicator of what we were talking about, where Alfier's job is just to go. It doesn't matter if there's a nade at your feet. Your job is to go in and get a kill. He delivers for Fnatic in that round.
Kaya ito ang pagupit kay Nonal.
And Xset just waited to set up Cry here on this angle. It's going to be the head-to-head again.
Gago.
Not further up.
Trailblazer out. He's going to swing
Bang!
with it.
And he lands a shot through the smoke.
Cryo with the win over Durka.
Kanino rin nakita
He
pati.
is certainly stepping up. Fnatic has to find an answer for this guy
Yan.
immediately.
Gaganti na nga nila yung 100
The thing is, Paul, I think every team that goes up against Xset knows it. It's not a surprise. You have to deal with Cryo, but
Optic
when you
kanina
know what's
pasok.
coming and you still get hit in the mouth, what do you do? Alpha holding the op.
Ha?
The spike still
Hindi.
all the way back.
Quarter lahat. Upper quarter lahat.
And at this point here, Fnatic have some money, but not a lot.
Yeah, they've been
Nalo kanina, optic
Alpha
yung
already picked up the op, so that's an indication. 40 seconds left. Cryo might peek into that. That might open up the
Patay
round.
ito.
Feeling a little froggy, perhaps.
Patient.
Cryo on the crouch. It's like watching a game of chicken, you know? Who's gonna peek first?
30
But they
seconds
don't
left.
know they're there.
Yeah. Which really just kind of removes the chicken element from the game.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Alpha Jer.
Pitch black.
Do you know?
See how much longer
Come on, they have to fight. Come on, man.
Do it for the people. Do it for the crowd.
Cryo's gonna swing after time. That's why.
6-1.
5 seconds left in the round. Again, the spike was never picked up. Cryo.
Do it.
Nothing.
Wow. This
Grabe.
Some discipline out of the young buck.
So many rounds where Fnatic, I mean, they lose the
Saving.
advantage immediately. They get slapped back immediately.
Sarap magpares
They
yun
have to decide early to save. That's what, 3 rounds now?
Yeah, I think so.
Itong ino, anino kita. Bang.
2 guns, they should be able to get some in this. Definitely have the firepower still to compete. Not getting fully reset, but a lot of light armor bought.
Well, Cryo's 13-1.
Yeah. Like I said, they have to find a solution to it. And X's doing a great job moving him around the map. Look, he's going to peek arc this time.
Andyan. So may pinto ata. Pinto. Nasa pinto. Ito nilagay.
What a good haunt there. They just cleared out all of middle. And they already started rotating preemptively towards A with the non-information. And that was actually the right read, even though they don't really have much over towards B. I think they're realizing Fnatic's going to have to just stop doing what they're doing.
Alay pa rin ba sila Rasi, guys?
I wonder if they fully commit to a flank or just check mid and then rotate back. It seems like they want to creep forward.
Oh, they're relying
Check
fully on that trademark over MB. With no information. The call from Def here is marvelous.
1 point away from having his ult online. Aaron and BCJ joining suit. As the spike still over by A.
Roasters just joined Alpha Air. They're going to challenge Cryo again. He's always in the right spots. And he's moving away with the time as it is, knowing they have to commit soon. Here the stars down.
He has consistently delivered. Can Cryo do it
Wala
again?
pa naman, nakalive pa siya.
Nightfall through. Cryo holds, the angle holds. The challenge. And Alpha Air falls.
There's no entry. There's just no entry. They're still stuck behind the main choke point here at A. There's no entry.
How do you go when your go button is gone?
Oh, the knife exploded.
7-1.
Tempted.
Lista mo na, guys.
Trust his teammates to hold the line at least for now.
Faster
It's
kayo
another round.
Yeah.
The same situation. Fnatic out of time. And out of players. I mean, wow. XZ are destroying them.
Eh, ako live pa ba? Ako na lang.
And again, the read from Def, so good. They made a call to stack
So
instantly at the beginning of this round. And then Cryo as well to hold his nerve and stay there while the execute was happening over through that choke point to take the 2v1. I mean, he's got to be thinking this was way too easy right now.
Hey, he might be one of 6 people smiling in this venue right now. For as much as the crowd erupted when Fnatic came out, right
Ang
now,
nahirap
other than the
sila
sounds of gaming
pumasok.
commentators, you could hear a pin drop. As Fnatic just
Grabe mga laban, man.
Right back to the same old. I mean, they're even running out of ideas here. And Poster's leading the charge.
a different idea. Second track getting something done there. Gets tagged up pretty heavily. Op back in the hands.
Oh, he goes actually to the lower HP player.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, right.
Cryo gives it up.
Little sleight of hand. Juke me out. Dirk a second longer and he would have had that angle. That using the ult. Once again, the go button is neutered, but this time Cryo not able to find anything. Alpha, knock shot buzzing right by his head. Still patient, you see how meticulously they try to move forward as they deal with the incessant crash and whine and soar of every bit of utility. And Fnatic finds an opening.
Buslahin nyo, par.
Finally, a clean round here from Fnatic. Doesn't go down to the wire. And you can see, I mean, the light armor strat still being invested here. And the fact that they're getting these weapons round after round, they still have staying power. I know XSET is destroying them on the scoreline right now. But every single one of these rounds, XSET has to not let up off the gas.
And oddly enough, it almost feels like Fnatic have to let off the gas. Right? Like, think about this round in relation to all the other ones. It was Alpha go. Alpha go fast. Yeah. This time it was a bit more cautious, and yes, they were trying to deal with Def's ult. But it was a bit more metered, and perhaps so instead he does win the race for this composition.
Yeah.
Kanina din NA versus MA daw. Pero panalo NA syempre optic.
2 on the board now. I do think there was an element there.
Last kasi ng NA tsaka
you know, the Bogdan's Law that occurred, a bunch of different things where Cryo speaking with the Vandal instead. They gave up their main advantage, right?
Yeah.
Ulo ko babagsak mo guys. Tumutunog, ang sarap.
They're going to push back up that B lane. Same idea here from Boaster.
Calling this B push once again.
This might be a little different from Exit, though. Look at Zakin. He's far up with Cryo, and they want to challenge aggressively. They want to deny the space! And this time the duel goes in favor of Alphayer.
Alphayer.
Really
Alphayer.
Cryo leading the charge instead of Zekin, and that hasn't been the case in the group stage. Zekin was the guy who was leading the charge, actually had the highest kills per round in this tournament so far. And Alphayer is actually doing good against him. The battle of the two 17-year-olds going well for the Turk. What a shot from Dev.
I mean, fully blind.
Grabe no, di ba? Mahirap makapasok dyan guys, sabi na fractured. Mas madali yung
brutal half.
It feels like every time they push these
haba
sites,
kasi tsaka
it's a cacophony of utility. And this time,
mahirap bumak.
their information goes silent once again.
Careful here.
See the pings through Exit still healthy here. They still have Cryo with the operator, hasn't taken a lick of damage yet. And that's normally, yeah, that's normally the cue. It's seldom a bluff! And Exit read it well.
Down B. 30 seconds left.
Exit, or excuse me, Enzo with the spike out of reach. Not able to find anything. Exit get to 8.
Dude, you have to be wondering right now, where's the follow-up utility there for Alphayer, right? Because so often, he's going in ultimately dry. Yes, he's going through his fast lane, but there's no flash for him.
There's no grab you on to pull Cryo off of that angle.
Exactly. It's just not all the way thought out, and wow. We're at an 8-2 scoreline, and Fnatic is using their second timeout. Only 2 in regulation, and it's already gone. You've got to calm the nerves here.
Nanood pa ba sila, Tarik? Nanood pa. 106 men.
And yes, this is Exet's map pick, but man, they look good on it. While, as we've been saying, this is, Fnatic have really had no answers to the defenses of Exit. You mentioned how well the North American representatives are using their utility to stifle all of what Fnatic want to do, and it's just kept them convinced.
Naantok din siya, men.
A 16-3 performance out of Cryo so far. We're not even at halftime.
Love to the Turkish teams, Turkish orgs out here, obviously. Thank goodness we have Alpha for them to support.
You wonder, burning that second time out in the first half, what the conversations, what the comms are like for Mini.
My arms feel like
as he tries to gather his team and settle the situation. Not a single member on the side of Fnatic positive.
Thank you, Addy.
That's very for sure. Dirk as well. I mean, we've seen him have success a little bit against Cryo. For the most part, he's not able to find anything on these attack sides.
This was a really cool idea off the flash from Mystic to try to get out here some space to challenge Dart with Dirk, but again, nothing there. And now Cryo can reassess on the angle.
Again, the read from Def. Look, they're stacked mostly over towards A, just playing full retake, but they don't even have the trade.
They're in the right spots, dude.
ECJ was so good.
And now they have 2 playing alley.
Yes, FPX. A monster he was.
And he's in a position to deliver. Frags at
Inigo.
Oh. Oh no, he got overwhelmed. Big save.
It's going to get traded back out. It's a 4v4 here. The spike just now making its way into Art. You see Exit rotating through spawn.
Oh.
This taunt not going to be careful here with the smoke going down.
And
There's 4 here.
They're just yank the rotations back from exit towards A. That's exactly where Fnatic are headed. Yeah, they found some space to work with. They've worked their way forward. And they're going to manage to get the spike down the Prowler to try to find a little bit of something. But nothing doing yet. No ultimates on side of Exet either.
Good setup here. Mystic still has his flash. Double swing here with Enzo.
Oh,
Tangin, sayang. Na timing. Napatay pa yung kampi niya.
Is Enzo still huddled back?
Got the same time here for Boaster on the arc flank.
Wow!
How the fuck?
Isa pa. Bang.
You mentioned the flank, and that finds nothing either. Exet can do no wrong right now.
We might have an EU elimination game, right? Is that what I'm seeing? Or thinking?
I think it's gotta be. I haven't looked at it, but it's gotta be, right?
Downloaded the playbook from Fnatic.
Oh yeah, it's Liquid.
And it doesn't look very long.
They're taking out their own people.
Jeff is having himself a masterclass performance right now. And that's, again, one of those performances you may not see it on the stats, right? That doesn't reflect
looking
there,
like
but
the
the way
weakest
he's
region.
reading Fnatic right now is gorgeous.
Actually,
I don't want to say it.
the fuck?
Usually NA.
Which he has
That's
that
the funny
ultimate
part.
online. Cryo's his too. Last round of the half.
Boaster with his Cosmic Divide. Usually you want to end up towards B because it just gives you so much value in getting that spike down and flying for the post plant. But Xbet's
Sarap po ito mga ansa, man.
17 and 3. Damn.
Ulo mo lang lumabas.
Position, Cryo almost used that angle
Almost hit the shot too.
to cut off Dirk's hair.
Dirk's got no hair.
Because he's balling, I get it.
No, I didn't mean
I hope that you're using his ult, using his wall, using his relay bolts, and everything else at his disposal. And the truth is, yeah, they've gotten into long, but only halfway there.
Left on my joke?
Oh, a fake done from Boaster.
Do they bite?
They don't have information on the other side of this wall, so Second is getting there.
And it's just Second. Cryo falls. Jerka finding space.
This is the push down alley, and Def is here alone.
And does Def dare challenge? Does Def dare peek? Alpha this time finding a different approach. And the shots were a little messy at first, but they land onto the leader from Xset. Enzo getting spiked down. 2v4 here in favor of Fnatic. As they have finally
Why do I feel like it's gonna be real?
traction into action, into an advantage here in this 12th round, and it's just gone backwards for Xset.
Oh no.
Is it better to acknowledge that it's real?
Oh, intrigue
I
ako.
feel like it's not.
Durka with 3.
Acknowledge that it's real, for sure.
Xset might have taken the energy out of this room, but Fnatic
Yeah, wouldn't that mean they
needs
lost?
to find a way to challenge.
Boss, mag-live tayo guys ha.
Not real.
Lalaro nga bukas ng grind tayo. Papadiamond
It's a
tayo.
long way back.
Siguro mga 12 hours tayo
9
bukas.
to 3.
Oh my god, how am I gonna eat this?
What a shot from
Pwede kaya 24 hours. Pwede naman 24 hours.
Cryo wanted that pixel peek too.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. A little pop off too.
Yeah, he's angry.
Again, the 9-3 half in favor of XF. Fnatic have tried to make something work, and they've just run into a wall time and time again. Let's throw it down to the desk, see what they think. Chrissy?
It's been a massive first half for Xset. Looking a little shaky so far from Fnatic, but is there cause for concern just yet?
Yeah, I mean, you're saying yes.
Why did I get jalapenos?
Part of the reason
What am I
you should
doing?
be concerned is because Cryo is just cool, calm, and collected under pressure. This guy seems just unaffected by the global stage, unaffected by the crowd as well that's out here cheering against his team.
Fuck.
He's putting up absolute monster numbers currently, and you can see the crowd was all ears, right? All ears whatsoever, but every single time Xset had a pivotal round in the bonus
Can't
round.
handle the heat, little bro. No.
As well. Xset are not letting it affect
No,
them.
it's
These
up
guys are playing like
time.
they're playing out of their kitchen in Austin. You know, like we were watching from these guys that are playing in the online tournaments.
And it's just with every single round victory going through for the side of Xset, it's a silenced audience.
Yeah.
They're doing their damnedest to try to really encourage the Fnatic players to find some victories. They did manage to scrape by 3, but I mean, look how rock and roll Adam Driver's just chilling. Like he is just chilling out behind the desk. He's like, I don't even need to do anything because Cryo is taking over the game. This guy, we just watched Ye put on an absolute clinic in that last map, in our first series of the day, and Cryo is looking to replicate it. 17-4.
I think he's looking to do more than replicate it. I'm under. Is his back hurting from carrying?
Look at him.
Exit just through that first half.
He can't help but smile. He knows he's fucking them.
Prepared to carry him
He
for 3
knows.
maps if he needs to.
Absolute field day performance from him though, and a big part of it is that Fnatic, I think, of getting a little bit overheat moments here and there, not really clearing him off those corners, being a bit at times scared, I think, as well. Playing in this matchup, you got to play with that confidence that we know that Fnatic have.
Absolutely. Well, let's get this second half underway. Let's see if Fnatic can pull something out in this second half. Otherwise, we're on to map 2. Doug, Bala, take it away.
Thank you so much, Chrissy. There is concern across the venue as the bag of tricks for Fnatic is just very shallow. Right, like they weren't able to find any distraction in the first half. Maybe they do something here, but where does it go?
Yeah, I do think that when we watched that first series for Fnatic on Pearl, they had a lot more on defense, right? They were a lot more aggressive with their stars.
9 triggers ba, guys?
See it right off the bat here for
Or
Fnatic.
hindi? Wala niya, wala.
Poster. They're all posted up at A.
Yeah, I can't tell who the other one is either. Mystic?
Yeah, it has to be Mystic. It's a full battle.
Yes, it is, and the battle goes in favor of Fnatic as Mystic gets the first.
That's the type of thing they're going to have to utilize to their advantage. Leverage that aggressiveness that they can throw out at any point.
Inaanto ako.
Oh, and the thing is, it funnels them into Durka, right? Which
Bang.
is a brutal place to be in. These 2 headhunter shots going a bit wide. The spam through. He still has the safety of his rendezvous, and it feels like we've seen this before. The fast lane, Durka has to give the space up. His backside is lost. This B is lost.
Got the flank. Oh, Cryo with the flank.
Oh, the timing!
No!
Oh, and it's devastating. A 9-3 half already. And it seems to be getting worse. Oh yeah, Fnatic can find no answers.
Oh.
Perhaps the answer's Durka. Oh, and Zekin on the swing. Durka with the kill.
Oh!
And he gets it. Play on the round for him, and Aaron extinguishes the fire.
I could love you.
Now it's a 1v1. Astra v Astra. Aaron on the swing. Boaster on the tap. He's going to get the half. And he swings the second there. Aaron challenged.
God.
The crowd here.
Does he take the
for sure.
Does he take the call? Boaster gets in a couple shots.
I think they didn't even check it.
Tong ina clutch.
Get the pistol.
Bro, Durka, holy fuck.
Yeah, that was nice.
Saves the snowball.
That's the same shit Cryo did on
Saves
the
the
first
avalanche. From
in a different spot.
Maybe the curse is real.
I think it is. 100% it is.
Poster
You should accept
Durka
that
with
it
the
is.
2v4.
I thought for
No,
sure
not like that though. Like you got to accept that it is, but that you don't like let it win. You know?
Just disgusting.
Yeah.
He was neutralized in this one. Immediately already forced to rotate at the beginning of the round. Put off site for them to plant.
Heavy pressure again towards A, and there are full stingers, there are full specters on the side of XZ.
Full force.
And they had 4 kills, they got the spike down, so sure.
You did see these executes be very strong for them against FPX. Flash set up in Dart. What a fast lane out from Zekin over top of the wall.
And that's who you're expecting to find some value for XZ on the attacking side, as Cryo has to cover the flank and make sure there's no one coming around. Death has already fallen. Mystic on a cheeky little angle, and he gets 2. I mean, the spike is forward, but Aaron's in no man's land. He's got way too much to deal with. And it's a prime gaming flawless for Fnatic.
9 triggers. He's waving.
The beginnings of something here for Fnatic. And XZ's gonna force Stingers again. This one's more of a life buy, not a full investment. Fnatic will have to deal with it again. They did a great job this time. They knew XZ want to dive those smokes, want to get up close. And they handled it beautifully. This time the approach from XZ is going to be on the other side of the map. Maybe to push in this double door. Maybe to head off towards Alfier and Enzo.
Eric's so quiet.
Knife to make sure that Dirk
Bruh,
is not
they won 2
aggressive.
rounds.
No, he's further back sight.
A little damage on Cryo there.
He got on.
Gratuitous spam through the smoke goes in his favor.
Gifters, Justin?
They don't have to be this take over towards B at the moment, given that Durka doesn't have that op online yet. As soon as he does, you're going to need to see the same sort of dedication to clearing out all the different angles that we saw from Fnatic on the first half.
They cleared out, yeah, they did.
Oh,
At
I was
one
about to get
moment,
them
the
actually.
Sheriff clears out the alarm bot that was there, that was providing.
3 months. Damn, Justin, you're eating good tonight. Well, we are eating good tonight.
Swing to check Link.
He's re-cleared it now. Durka gets the kill on the Cry on the other side of the map too.
Remember, this was just two Spectres on the side of X at Enzo. The front line, as he takes a step back, retreats to the safety of the smoke and allows safe passage, at least for now. Second putting up a wall of his own, and they haven't cleared Mystic. He's still on the other side. He's still in a main, and he's still playing into smoke. And there's nobody looking his way. Mystic has a chance to get so much.
They forced the round previous?
Yeah, they did.
Oh,
back to back for Fnatic as the crowd erupts yet again.
They got a little too excited.
They're absolutely not done. Already cutting the lead.
Oh, I see a one-inch crowd playing sound, I swear.
Right in half. Only 3 rounds in. And Mystic starting to turn up as well, just like he did in their qualifying match against 100 Thieves to make it out of groups.
Tong ina mo, 9 triggers, man. Nakakabahan na yung ano.
Exit invested quite a bit in those first 3 rounds after losing the pistol.
Easy.
So here's the first real attempt. And Fnatic full strength, all rifles. But Durka's gone right away. They're doing a lot over towards the other side of the map though, Fnatic, so they might not necessarily be fully lost after this one. Look at the approach, Def.
Triple B.
Sticky situation, they've got the trademark here.
Sumilip lang isa dyan, patay. Isa pa.
What?
Ooh!
The double. Phantom diff.
Actually,
unlikely hero for Fnatic in that moment.
and Enzo's here. I don't know if they're going to be ready for it.
Spot here at dugout.
They're just kind of running in,
Looks
it
like
looks
he's
like.
going to. He's full committed. Boaster cannot help him. He has 1 star. Will he give it to him?
The Cosmic Divide invested too.
Big wall?
And he's actually choosing Enzo is to play on the other side of it.
Wait.
Smoke into it.
Sees the swing. Cryo on the trade.
Surely you don't see.
I thought, yeah, I thought
you
the
just
yeah.
run out.
I thought so too. The smoke is there, right?
Can he push them past?
Smoke will help them.
So, yun.
I think the smoke did help them, yeah.
Then, ano ata yun? 9-7. Dito walang kailangan pen, guys. Laban lang. Kanina optic tayo.
Let's go easy. And the first sign of momentum in this second half for Fnatic.
Oh, don't wow.
Aggressive push, the gamble. Def was so ready for it.
Cryo's cold, baby.
Parang higupin ko na kayo.
Smirk. 4-round lead here for XZ as they try to preserve control of this first map.
And they were firmly in control then. 9-3 half.
Yeah, they certainly let the grip slip for just a moment.
And the lineup here for Def going in towards the alley. All the way down B long. That's going to land for Durka. Not close enough though. He still has the angle up on top of this billboard.
Smoke.
Patay.
Durka once again spotted Neon through.
Boom!
Second challenges.
Grabe.
A bold peek from
Durka.
the youngster. Now XZ resorting to plan B, resorting to find some space across the middle of the map.
Resorting to Cryo leading the way through Art. There's nobody here for him to find a pick though.
No reaction? I fell asleep, honestly.
To maintain control of A main.
Trademark keeping him back for now as he stands just on the other side of the utility.
They're looking for the trip.
Check in on
there.
me.
That's good.
Check in on me. My eyes are open.
It's a decent trip spot for sure.
For Fnatic?
Yeah, they did the typical take to try to like break the trip, and then they're like, no trip, I guess.
It's hidden.
That's good.
And push forward.
The bad thing is you can easily smoke it though, I guess, right?
Yeah, but that's only if you're taking it, right? Most people, they take it to break the trip. They don't see the trip there. They don't think it's there.
Yeah.
The only time you actually smoke that is if you're taking it and doing some fast split or something. But not many people seem to do that.
DCJ has to find value here again. And Aaron does too. 39 HP. He tried to get aggressive
they know
into the
he's
smoke,
here.
not able to do it. Aaron
Does it suck?
still
Yeah.
healthy, still with some utility to work with. The gravity wall to pull Buster off. Looking for the challenge, looking for the swing. There's nobody holding the angle. He might be able to slip his way through, but Aaron's not able to land the shots. Mystic with 4 and Boaster with the defuse.
Tough. I'm worried.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a close one for
The
sure.
mid-round there for Xset falls apart. Fnatic keep it within 3. This one's going to be important. Mystic with such a good angle, top of that box, top of the default site box.
Enemy remaining.
And he went so massive.
Showing glimpses of one of the performances that got them to this point.
Now they're hype.
You might need to squeak around by like taking A main like this, leaving alert, going back B, pushing them off B, hitting B.
And again, it's a bunch
Lurk
of
walks out, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't
Look
know.
how careful Def is with that same push that we saw.
They haven't gone long B that
into
much,
the
have
club
they?
Over
Like
B side of the map.
back in the beginning.
Just watching it, making sure there's nobody flanking early. Now we've got about 20 seconds.
Well,
last round they tried.
They tried, yeah.
Nice
It's hard.
early and then just got off.
So hard, right?
So they know Alpha's not on this side of the map.
He got all.
That may make them a lot more cautious here, given Durka out of the spot.
That knife hasn't hit him at all, so maybe you're getting into the mental gymnastics of it all. And Mystic forgoes the gymnastics and continues to
Grabe,
frag.
17 years old to this.
So Def is back up.
Got up and died.
Back down.
BCJ with 2
Phantom
HP.
spam.
They've gotten the spike down, now they have the Nightfall to work with. You've got Cryo who's going to be on the flank. Can he get the timing just right? A second with nowhere to go, has the challenge, has to swing, and Durka drops him. Got Cryo again on the flank that we mentioned.
What a seize.
Yeah, but
Yeah, what a seize actually. Oh my god.
BCJ overheated. Try challenging the angle, and Cryo's not able to land the
Then
shot.
eight.
Anymore. Comes through as Fnatic drop the lead to 2.
But it was 6.
Better
now
this
it's
way.
2. And that one,
Oh,
a
the
lot of
curse
ults
is
invested.
real.
It's so
And they
real.
make
You
it
can't
a Prime
acknowledge it,
Gaming
man. If you
flawless.
acknowledge it, that means you know it's
All
real.
5 players.
You have to
It
act
is
like it's
real.
not.
You
Yeah.
have,
Still
no,
standing.
you have to
And that was
acknowledge
even
it.
harder
But if
because
you
they took
acknowledge it,
that
that
down
means you're
twice.
agreeing
Mahan
on that it's a real thing.
gets the kill easily.
If you
it is.
ignore it, then you just assume there's nothing that out there like that.
And the crowd is clearly right back up.
Oh.
Woken
Are you
up
saying it works
since
more
I would
effectively
like
if you
to
ignore it?
know, I mean,
Yeah, I'm saying you play like you don't do
accordingly.
every round. You know what I'm saying?
Times actually Xset calling the timeout late in the second.
10-8.
Trying to preserve a two-round lead. You mentioned the crowd having
Oh
awoken.
my
You mentioned
God.
Fnatic having awoken. I mean, just
Fanatic.
listen to 'em.
only 2 rounds right now.
And hey, why so quiet? Because we're choking. What do you mean why?
And remember, this time out here for Xset that's been forced out is a chance for Fnatic to get Mini talking to them. They already used both of their timeouts in that first half because how bad that lead was getting. So they've got to take that time wisely themselves. Xset really hasn't felt like they've had many gun rounds so
crashing.
far. And that's a problem given how fast that lead is shrunk.
Yeah.
This is only going to be their 2nd true gun round.
I'm crashing. They're choking.
And even then, it's a second likely having used his ult.
Yeah, he's got to. Only invest in the sheriff here.
You've got to hit the timing just right. Durka once again not playing up. That knife confirming he's not taking the aggressive angle, but he's still around. And look at the aggression from Fnatic across the middle of the map.
You're not crashies, little bro.
Smoke up top mid too. They're easily able to rotate through the flank or alley.
Second has to find
Not
something.
even
Maybe a
one.
Skyfall as well.
Dirk is all the way off site.
There's nobody home.
They knew we would
He's
take
just
the
looking for
site.
that same sort
I
of
don't
push
feel like
that
they walked
Alpha was
into a
doing
trap.
for his team out of Zekin, but it's not
It's such
coming.
a hard site to hold.
Second still with the ult.
They have Astro Wall, right?
He's gonna have to go soon.
So like they can
Go
easily wall the bomb
back
off.
to the sheriff.
Might be pushing alley actually. They're posturing for it.
Oh, they're gonna have to deal with Cosmic Divide, and they're gonna have to deal with Alpha Year's Wall. And how do you deal with it?
Oh
You
my god,
deal
this
with
is my spot.
BCJ does.
Look at the flank coming too. Cry has to deal
Damn,
with.
his fingers ran out.
Mystic on the flank.
The turn.
Wow. And the shots are
What a
gorgeous.
fucking fight.
As Aaron's not able to find the same success, Boaster once again finds himself in a 1v1, 1v2, excuse me, a clutch situation.
Right through.
BCJ on the peak.
That retake
Damn.
so slow for Fnatic to come back. Durka gave up so much space that again he has to slow walk it all the way through. He was by himself. There's 3 members of Fnatic in alley, 1 member flanking, and Durka in spawn. It took way too long. 1 enemy remaining. There's no pressure for Cryo to have to retreat and try to help his teammates on site. He could just completely deal with the flank alone.
They're kind of doing what you said, pushing back B. Oh, no, you wanted them to take B, leave someone there, go A.
Take A main like they normally do, but I guess it's kind of worked.
Cryo did the fence right here.
Then have the guy lurk out A.
Yeah.
Surely understanding that the window
Oh, nag-repeat na kami.
walks into it and Durka drops him, gets
Chamber's
away.
so fucking insane.
The TP, right? You take a massive risk.
Push from Fnatic that's getting information and art just happened. Cryo with the chance to punish it, but he doesn't.
Don't mind.
Boaster's still hanging out.
Should try to get the plant, but there's a lot actually committed to stop it.
Ano yun?
Go straight in. Find super deep.
Tulog ba?
Yeah,
Tulog na ako.
Crowd's
Repeat
gotta
na.
run.
Okay, this
You
feels
have
so
to run.
Oo. Lalaro ka.
This is so fucked. They're
Tapos
gonna retake so fast. Cryo's gonna be out of
We gotta kill. They need to
I
kill.
know.
Oh my god. Fuck.
Fine, they only got they're off.
Ikaw man, pares? Sarap?
The problem is you have to keep spraying as if they're like on it.
Isang linggo na lang
Yeah,
mainit.
they haven't even half the crowd is here now.
Isang linggo na kinain.
God, he's actually gonna make it.
No! He needed a third.
Oy!
Oh my god! What was that?
Bago yung lineup.
What was that?
There's just no way. Aaron pulls that off.
The stars are really aligning, huh?
Like he was gonna fumble those shots for sure.
I thought he was fucked. I didn't expect him to go back out with ADS like that, you know?
The setup was
It was
perfect
good.
for Xset.
Like, he came out right away.
Remember, Durka got that early kill on the second.
Yeah, it would have been it.
And they put themselves
Hard to
in a
do, but it would have been sick if he hid. Because they have to worry about him the whole time.
But Fnatic have put themselves in a position
Also,
to
you can
still make
spam
this
through that
doable.
whole
It's
entire
only 4
back thing
rounds.
where Aaron's
Till
at. You could probably
overtime.
spam them like on the bomb.
Oh,
through
yeah.
that whole, like, screen thing.
Yeah, you risk getting spammed back though. I feel like it's almost easier. You could probably jump spot too from back there, right? Jump spot bomb, see if they're on it.
Waiting on the other side.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe, yeah, because they might be able to talk.
Gives the space out.
I don't know though.
They're gonna hold this angle. Oh! They had no idea Cryo was there!
It might be,
Cryo is free.
And they already took control.
Did I use
Fully
that right?
mid. Look at Zekic's
Cryo
position.
is
He's
free?
inside the sewers. He's under the waterfall.
Oh, I see. Not bad.
They're standing right next to each other. They've walked
Wait.
right by each other.
Cryo
They
is
have
free.
no idea that they have passed right by each other. Like
Aw,
but
yeah, this is how they bring it back.
Durka wise to what's behind him.
Up, up, up.
Yeah, you see the rotation starting to come back, and they deal with him.
48
Bro,
seconds, all the time in the world to pivot right now.
Are they like the
Fnatic
best team
had a
on this
chance to
map?
really
or-
Their mid round looks good, right?
Yeah, it's
To
good.
Mystic and Enzo. Mystic, probably the most clutch member of Fnatic so far in this tournament. Enzo, the most.
Well, no, Cryo is free. It would be you talking shit to Cryo, you know?
2 versus 3 to save the game.
Dude,
Oh, and the Campbell's
whoever came up with that
They're slow, they
fucking
go
should be
through rounds, so
fired,
this is
man.
taking a lot more time.
That's like saying someone's cold and that's a good thing.
Mystic and Enzo, you mentioned their clutch history. They find
I don't
themselves
know.
on
I don't
B10
know.
if not backset.
All I know is Cryo is free. That still applies. EU Cryo is free.
Timing's right, it's gonna be gorgeous.
Oh, never mind. It's not free. It's not free.
Mystic has gotten into a 1v1. Aaron's flash just spams just there.
Holy
The
fuck,
curses are
man.
canceled.
I don't know what to say, man. Rename the lower bracket, please.
Fnatic on Pearl.
What is it, the EU bracket?
Yeah, the EU bracket. It's 2 teams. Third is coming.
It's EU LCQ.
Oh my god.
So close.
Oh no,
Fnatic also almost pulling off that 3 versus 2.
Holy
What timeline are we in right now? We were just trolling this whole time. But now, we
Ano
actually won everything.
Liquid pa ang laban. Digit lang? Digit? Sila panalo Liquid game 1. Game 2, ano, optic, tas dikit. Game 3, dikit.
Jinsu.
Tapos na eh. Ganda ng ano. Panalo sana, ano, panatik nung ano. 1-0, exit, man.
Damn, exit, bro.
GG's, guys. End stream na, guys. Thank you sa mga tumambay and nag-share and like.
Bro,
See you tomorrow. Stream ako bukas. GG's, mga bagong pasok. Follow na kayo, guys. GG's. 10 minutes pa yan bago yung ano, next game yan. Bukas, Fun plus Phoenix. Excuse me po.
Basura mo? Ubus mo?
Bukas pala lower na yung agad, oh. GG's.